I don't even know if I'm live. Let's see here. Can you guys see or hear me? Let me see if I'm live yet. Oh my gosh. Can you guys see or hear me? Okay, good. My cam link went out. I've had to reboot like 20 times. Just throw the whole live stream away. Damn. I'm always having issues. Hey, you guys. I'm like, everybody's like, look, when I get in there, everybody's gonna be like, I'm off the bed. T's taking too long. But my cam link, honey, it went out. Like, y'all know that there's never a time when I go live that there's not some type of technical issue, camera issue, audio issue. That has become synonymous with my streams, okay? So I'm sorry I'm late, but literally the camera would not connect. I'm like, what the hell was just a blank screen? And I didn't want to do a podcast for you guys. I knew you guys were waiting to see me. Oh, Quindino, I feel like I haven't been on here in a long time. I'm like, dang, I had an old thumbnail from like 2 months ago. It's been a while, you guys. I'm glad you guys are doing good. Did you guys have a happy Halloween? It's a whole new month. I can't believe how fast October flew. Like, the year is just going by so quick. It's insane. Bored watching Halloween. You saved me. That's what's up. I missed your live streams. Well, I'm glad you're here, Rima. I miss documentaries and discussions. Me too. Yeah, when I tell you I've been busy. Like, just it's been so hard just trying to balance everything and just trying to get the skincare line, and it's been so much work. Like, I just did not have time to like really like take a whole hour out once a week to dedicate to a stream, cuz my thing is, if I do a live stream, I want it to be fun. I want it to be interactive. I just don't want to come on here just shooting the shit. So it's just been hard to just put them together. So I apologize. But thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you guys in here. Yes, we're booked in business. It's been a long road. When I tell you the way 2019 started was so like down in the dumps for me, but the way I'm finishing 2019, I just hope it just shows you guys that people can just try and tear you down. You can go through shit, honey, and you can pick yourself back up, and you don't ever have to, address negativity or address BS. God will handle all of that, okay? So I hope that I'm a shining living example of that, because when I tell you my 2019 has been nothing but blessed and highly favored. I've done so much this year that I never would have thought that I would have done. I've been invited to so many places. I've met so many people that I would have thought that I would have never met. So it's been an awesome year. So I know 2019 was the year of exposure and drama and people getting divorced and relationship breakups. But my 2019, especially the second half of 2019, was nothing but a blessing. And I thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that my skincare line I've been working on for the past 8 months is getting ready to, at least the first small batch is getting ready to launch. We're working on the second batch now, so that won't be available until probably the end of November. So the only thing that we have right now is just for the people who are coming to the party. But it's been a lot of work, a lot of work. Let's see here. Hey T, I love and support your channel. Thank you guys so much. Like, it's been an amazing journey. And thank you to the people who just never wavered, who saw through the bullshit, who just held me down. And, quit texting me. You see me on live. Oh my God, that's so annoying. Like, this person is literally watching my live stream, but you're texting. Stop it. That is like the most annoying thing. I swear. Let me turn the phone off, because they're about to drive me nuts. Okay, now it's off. And I love this Google Pixel. This is a picture that one of my subscribers made for me a few years ago. It was an outfit that I wore to the J. Cole concert in Vegas. Isn't that such a dope picture? And he drew that of me, and that is my screensaver. This Pixel phone, like, thank you to the YouTube gods, okay? I am loving this. This is like an iPhone, but an Android. Like, it's like the coolest phone. The pictures are just awesome. Honestly, I think this is better than the Samsung. Like I'm blown away. I did not expect the Pixel to be such a good phone. I mean, it's like having an iPhone in Android form, and I love it. I love it. So YouTube really looked out. Thank you so much, YouTube. I will be forever grateful, honey. I still have my other phone here, so I still use this as well when it's connected to Wi-Fi. But yeah, I love my Google. Androids reign supreme. I just can't get into the iPhone. I've tried, but that's just not my thing. I think for a lot of people, it's whatever you started off on. And when I started with a smartphone, I was broke. I couldn't afford a damn iPhone. So I've always had an Android. And then, I try to go to the iPhone, and I've always returned my iPhones. This one I didn't return because my kids, they had always been raised on iPhones. So that's all they know is iPhones. They think Android is like the most weirdest phone. They hate my Androids, but I think it's a generational thing. No, not really, because most people my age have iPhones. I'm like, out of all my friends, I'm probably one of like two with an Android. So I don't care. Team Android all day. For real, for real. Ren said this is your first time on live. Well, welcome. Welcome. So we got quite a bit of people in here. I like iPhone too because iOS is so iPhone. See, I like to customize my stuff. And like my other phone, I haven't really done too much customizations on my Pixel yet. But like, let me show you something real quick. Like I like to customize like my keyboard and just all types of stuff. Let me pull up 611. So you see like my keyboard is like Spider-Man. Like I like doing like goofy stuff like that to my phone. So when people see my phone, like, oh my gosh, like where's the what button? Where's this and that? So that's the one thing I like by Android is like I can turn everything into like Marvel and just customize stuff. And I don't know. I don't know how to do all that on the iPhone. So Samsung is only hated on because society tells us to. For real. Like I love Android. For real, for real. Um let's see here. Are we going to talk about Kevin Hart? Yes, but can I just talk to my peoples who came to see me tonight? Okay? This is my stream, not Kevin Hart's stream. So yeah, I got to talk about this Kevin Hart situation, honey. Okay, thank you for the super chat. Silent Production says, got to give you some support, T, since I can't stay long. Keep it up, Queen. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Kevin Hart situation. Let's see here. I got notes and everything else. Let me read this comment. Rose from Chi-Town says, love your integrity, honesty, and unbiased opinions. I've been watching a long time and you've never switched up. Blessings to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. And, and I feel like that's what has taken me a long way. That's why when it's like bullshit, I don't have to defend myself. I don't have to go back and forth with people. My integrity speaks, you know what I'm saying? So if you ever want to think, the worst of me, that's on you, you know what I'm saying? But so many people rock with me heavy that when you have integrity and you've been the same way since day one, you know what I'm saying? People see through the BS. People see through the facade. And I'm never going to change that. And that's one thing. That's some of the advice I've gotten from like really big people that I respect in media, like Tamron Hall, like Star, and just, a lot of other people who told me to keep doing what I do, keep being detailed, keep, putting out the facts. Yes, there's like a thing on this platform that just annoys me where everybody's racing to be first. You know what I mean? Like literally a celebrity could burp and they'll make a video. Beyonce burped today. Oh my God. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's like, bitch, what? This is the whole video? It's like a 2-minute video. Like people just do stuff just for clicks, clickbait. There's no, you don't leave with any more information. There's very few commentators where you watch and you feel like you learned more than when you came to their channel. And that's the part that's so frustrating. And sometimes it's like, would it be easier for me to just put up a 2-minute video saying, oh, well, Vicky and Bad Baby got into a fight, like, comment, and subscribe? I could, because that's the way that people do on YouTube now. But for me, it's about integrity. I'd rather give you a backstory, a middle, and an ending, and then give you some like good advice to walk away with, and I'm not going to change that. So if it takes me a little bit longer to put together my stories, it is what it is. And I appreciate the people who appreciate and who see the hard work that I put into my videos. So that means a lot to me. Y'all are laughing. Let's see here. Anaya, you want to get booted? Don't be like posting your cash app in my thing. Like don't do that, boo. I can't stand when people do that because I don't go to nobody's live streams, posting my cash apps, posting my PayPal links. Don't do that. Create your own platform and then you beg for money on your own platform. Okay? Thank you. You know, I don't play that stuff. Come over here and we have dialogue. Don't come in my chat room begging. Let's see. Sammy Joe says, I love that you put a backstory to everything. I can't keep it with this shit because oh gosh, these comments are moving so fast. I consider you a credible source. Thank you. Yes, it's ghetto and it's disrespectful. I can't stand when people do that. Just like, you know, people, the main people I block on my channel, you would think they'd be people who are like calling me, you know, ugly or fat or, you know, you're a bitch. A lot of times I don't even block them. It's like whatever. It's the people who spam. I cannot, that is like my biggest pet peeve. Oh, T, I love your video. Now everybody come watch my video. I got a new cooking channel. You're blocked. Like, stop. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like, have integrity. Like, you have to believe in your own shit. Like, I didn't go to people's comment sections and trying to, you know, steer their subscribers to my channel. If people rock with your stuff, they're going to come, they're going to watch, they're going to support, and most importantly, they're going to come back. But when you're in somebody else's platform trolling and posting outside links and all that stuff, that people take that as a joke. People are not going to take you seriously. You know, so most people are blocker spammers. That stuff is annoying. What's up, Daya? LOL, who would actually donate to their Cash App on here? It's a random girl asking for money on T's channel. Let me send some money. No. Thank you. Like, it's just, it's tacky, and I see that all the time. Like, there was a girl on Instagram, one of my subscribers was like, oh, T, I'm about to Cash App you some money because I really love the video that you did. You know, to me, Cash App is a tip. You know, people see how hard I work. I put my videos together. They're well put together. I'm not turning down nothing. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a single mother of 2 kids. I got a kid in college. So I appreciate it. I don't care if it's $1. I've had somebody Cash App me $200. I appreciate it all. And so he was like, T, I'm about to Cash App you $20. I really like the video you did. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. Why did some random girl come underneath the comment and say, oh, well, since you're giving her money, can you Cash App me? This is my Cash App name. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to block you, but this is really rude. Like, that's like me just, you know, at a store and somebody is like making a random transaction. I'm like, oh, can you buy me a sweater too? Shit, I want a Gucci bag. I want a Fendi bag. Can you hook me up? Like, who does that? People are a mess. Gerald Glenwater says, you will continue to prosper, my Leo Nigerian twin. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thanks for the super chat. Yes, honey, people have no shame. They will literally come behind people who leave me comments and say something, be like, oh, well, send me some money too, you know? So it's like whatever at this point. So I want to talk about the Kevin Hart thing. Now, this is what I noticed. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, especially right now while it's public. Y'all not be in my moods, honey. Because it'll be public 1 minute, then you'll come back and you will not, my shit will be blocked. I'm not blocked, it'll be privated, and then people can't see anything. So I have been posting about Kevin Hart the last few days. And, you know, a few of his fans were in my DM, and some of his fans are like salty with me. Let me explain something to y'all, okay? I'm not here to kiss any celebrity's ass, period, point blank. And there's just some things about Kevin Hart, I have to give him the side eye. And I'm just a really critical thinker, and I just see through bullshit and propaganda very easily. And that's what I saw with that mini documentary that he called himself posting on Instagram. Now, put a teacup in the comments section if you guys watch his little mini documentary. It was like 5 minutes. I also posted on my Instagram as well. And the tea sippers, when I tell you, we were roasting the hell out of Kevin. Not in a disrespectful way, but we just saw through the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? There was a few of his fans who were mad, like, you guys are just so mean. That man had back issues. How dare you guys? And we were like, girl, bye. You know what I mean? So, all right, so you guys all watched it. Okay, good. Yeah, I had to bring out the tiny violin. Near, 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 near. Like, boy, bye. Let me read this super chat. Renia Nostalgic says, congratulations on your tea and skincare line. You continue to inspire. Thank you so much, sis. That means a lot. And that's what I want to be, is an inspiration to other people, other young women. You know what I'm saying? To show them that you don't have to go the ratchet route to make money. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, like, just be the crazy personality on social media. It's okay to just be yourself. Being yourself takes you a lot further than trying to be something that you're not. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like, oh my God, my life is so simple and boring. And it's not like, these fabulous people that we see on Instagram. But then the more I get to know people and the more I'm out there, I see a lot of that is just a facade. Those same fabulous people, they're only showing you the best parts of their life, and that's the part that's unfortunate with Instagram. Nobody comes on there and talks about really when they're depressed or when they're in pain or when they're going through things or, a breakup or just, they got an F on their math test. You only see the good part of people's lives, and that's not necessarily reality because we all have our good and bad days. So thank you, and I will continue to be an inspiration. So yes, I had to break out the little tiny violin, honey, for Kevin Hart. And so this is why I feel like something is not right with this situation, okay? So I just want you guys to hear me out. Let me just go ahead and do a breakdown real quick. I have my notes, I have my videos and stuff. Something's not right with this Kevin Hart situation, and not trying to be like a super conspiracy theorist, but I just feel like I said on Instagram, a person's true character comes out when nobody is watching, okay? So to me, he definitely lacks character because when nobody was watching, he left two of his so-called friends in his car that he owned to literally die. Kevin Hart got the hell up out of Dodge, bounced to his home, messed up his back even more, and then waited almost an hour and a half to call the ambulance or whatever as him and his team try to concoct the story. Meanwhile, these people are on the side of the road, could have blew up, could have burned to death. It was strangers who called the ambulance to help his so-called friends. So that alone, to me, just shows me that he's a shitty person. Okay? I don't care if he's rich. I don't care if he's famous. Yes, he has way more clout than me, but to me, his character is flawed. If that's what it is to be a friend, I don't ever want to be friends with Kevin Hart, okay? Because I ride or die for my friends. If I consider you a friend, I go hard for my fucking friends. That's one thing that people will say about me, if I really consider you a friend. So there's no way in hell that if I get up out of a situation, I'm going to see my friends, you know what I'm saying, literally burn up in a car or some mess. So that never sat well with me. And like I said in my breakdown, the car only has 2 seats. There were 3 people in this car. Where did the third person sit? Because think about it. If the man and the woman are boyfriend and girlfriend, was Kevin sitting on the woman's lap? Was the woman sitting on Kevin's lap? That wouldn't make any sense. So obviously Kevin was driving and the woman was sitting on her boyfriend's lap. And because Kevin had a DUI a few years back and he does not want to mess up his good boy image, he got the hell up out of Dodge. And the highway patrol even came out and stated that, per their evidence, it looks like Kevin may have been the driver. So I feel like that damn, documentary that he put out was him looking for sympathy and payola. And I'm not buying it, okay? I know his fans, they've been, in my DMs going off on me. It's okay. I have tough skin. It's fine, okay? But let me go ahead and break down to you guys why I think he's full of crap. So if you guys do not know, because I've been keeping up with the case, even though I haven't been doing videos, I've been keeping up. So back on September 28th, now remember his friend, when he had cheated on McRib, when he cheated on McRib with Montia Sadbag, remember his whole thing was his friend, his name is JT Jackson. He claimed that JT Jackson was trying to blackmail him, okay? That the dude was sending all types of messages, trying to blackmail him and extort him. And he said before he ever pays somebody who thinks they can extort him, he'll tell on himself, okay? So now if you guys don't know, on September 28th, it came out that the charges about the extortion on JT was dropped, okay? So let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Not that one. It came out that it was dropped, and JT feels like he was framed, okay? So this is what JT had to say about the situation. So JT says this on Instagram after the story came out. JT says, I'll just leave this right here. No plea deal, no nothing. Framed like a motherfucker. Okay? JT Jackson was Kevin Hart's best friend. So to me, that just doesn't sound right to me. I feel like, he was cheating on this woman, on, McRib with this woman. JT was there. I feel like there was a bunch of shit in the mix. And so he basically threw his friend under the bus to save his reputation. Because now it's coming out that they can't find any threats, any mail threats. The one comment that was left, it was on a Instagram page, and it was like a public comment, and they said they traced it back to somebody who's just like, trying to be funny. But either way, it wasn't JT Jackson who was extorting him. Now he's still being charged with other felonies, like 2 other felonies for like some other stuff. But as far as the most pertinent thing, that case was dropped, right? So that was on September 28th. So I just sat there and I grabbed my teacup and I was sipping slow, like, okay, something ain't sitting well with this, okay? Then Kevin Hart gets into the accident, runs from the scene and all that stuff. But if you guys do not know, just a few weeks ago on October 2nd, Kevin was claiming that he couldn't walk. He was saying that he could barely walk. Let me read this article to you guys. Kevin Hart is pleading with the judge to push back his court trial once again, saying he needs time to recover from his car crash. According to court documents obtained by The Blast, Hart is asking the judge to push back the trial date for the second time. Hart was headed to trial with his ex-business partner, Stand Up Digital, before the accident. The trial was scheduled to begin September 9th, but was postponed immediately after Hart's crash. The parties were to have a conference on October 1st to discuss updates. Hart and Stand Up Digital agreed during the conference for another extension. The reasons was the defendant, Kevin Hart, stated physical rehabilitation and would not be ambulatory for at least another 2 months. A judge has yet to rule. So Kevin Hart has that case against the media company. He also has the case against his ex-best friend. Plus, Montia Sadbag is steadily trying to sue him. They keep throwing her case out, but she done tried again for the 3rd time, right? So he has all these lawsuits coming. On top of that, the friends who were in the car with him, I feel like they're probably going to end up suing somebody. They're trying to say they're trying to go after the car manufacturer because there wasn't seatbelts. But I think when it's all said and done, they might come after Kevin. So I think what Kevin was doing when he came out with that mini documentary is that he's trying to buy sympathy. Because 2 weeks ago, you were claiming in court documents that you couldn't walk. All of a sudden now you're dressed like The Rock. You're taking Halloween pictures. So something ain't clean in the buttermilk. Okay? Let me go ahead and read this super chat. JJ Vegas says, keep doing you, auntie. You have to be one of the only people on YT that actually has substance and integrity. I can't wait to support your skincare line. Stay blessed always. Thank you so much, sis. I truly appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and play you guys the video of his little documentary that he posted on Instagram in case you haven't seen it. I put the video on here. Give me 2 seconds to find it. Is this it? Let me see here.
It was worse than we thought. Okay. Just released video shows the grueling recovery process for comedian Kevin Hart following the car crash that left him with his vertebrae broken in 3 places. Hart endured painful back surgery to fuse his spine. The video shows the scar on his back and the rehab he's undergoing to recover.
About a year, about 1 year.
Hart's doctor tells him it could be a full year till he's fully healed. We showed the video and x-rays to Dr. Jonathan Stieber, director of the Spine Center at Ortho Manhattan.
There are patients who have x-rays like him who are in a wheelchair for the rest of their lives.
Hart continues to wear a back brace
to help give some added stability to the spine. He has 8 screws in his spine. He has rods. He underwent major surgery.
The video also shows Hart surrounded by lots of love. Children, his Doberman, and his wife, Aniko.
My appreciation for life is through the roof.
All right, so you guys just saw that documentary. So this is why I looked at it like Kevin is full of shit, okay? I know somebody personally in my life who was in an accident when they were a teenager, and they really hurt their back. I mean, they're fine, they're able to walk, but they still suffer from back injuries to this day, and this person is like in her 50s, okay? And so most people who suffer from back injuries, it's a very serious thing. So I'm not trying to like make light of that situation. I thank God he didn't die. I thank God he didn't get paralyzed. I would not wish that on anybody. So let me make that clear, okay? This is not to say that he deserved his injuries or nothing like that. What I'm saying is that back injuries, are very, very serious. They're very, very severe. Any little wrong thing, can make it worse. This man was in an accident not even 2 months ago. And when it's something that serious, what makes you think to film all this shit? That's the part I had to ask myself. Like, why did he think to film his recovery, to make a documentary style on what happened to him? He's doing it because he's trying to garner sympathy. He's trying to deflect from his actions. Because during that whole little thing that he posted on Instagram, not one time did he mention the people in the car. Not one time did he mention why he left them. And people can say, well, Kevin don't owe you no explanation. He don't got to tell you why he left. No, he doesn't. But at the end of the day, that's public information, so I have the right to question it. He ain't got to say shit. But I have every right to question, the narrative that's being played in front of my eyes. And I feel like he's full of shit. He only did this whole documentary style to garner sympathy. If you look at the media headlines, everything is, oh, Kevin Hart's, battle to walk again. Oh, Kevin Hart's, recovery from his accident. He put out a beautiful tribute to himself. Like, that's all the media is, portraying now. It's like all this sympathy. And I feel like he's trying to deflect and garner sympathy in the event those two white people who were in the car with him decide to sue him, because he's dealing with other court cases. And he's also trying to deflect from the fact that he was the driver and was possibly under the influence. Let's see here. Yes, Annie Inspired. Tell him, please thumbs up the video, you guys. Michelle says, hey there, Minneapolis in the house, north side. All right, you coming to the party Sunday? Since you on the north side, come and see me at the meet and greet. Make sure you send me an email. So let's see here. Let's see here. Felicia Brown, she says, I'm fueling a whole college career to gain skills to do what you do effortlessly. Delivering content consistently ain't easy. Matter of fact, it's hard as fuck. I admire your hustle and inspirational. Thank you so much. It is hard. It's a lot of work, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of research. You know what I'm saying? Because when you take this seriously, you live, breathe, and eat this. Because at the end of the day, whatever I say, I learned years ago that my words have power. So I'm not going to be out here putting out no misinformation. So when I post something on Instagram, I'm not saying it to be a cynic. I'm not saying it to be negative, because people are, oh, here she goes. She's always being petty. It's not that. Y'all don't realize I sit and I research shit all day. You know what I mean? Even if I'm not doing an updated video on Kevin Hart, I've been keeping up with the case. So the last thing I see is he can't walk. And then 2 weeks later, he done put up a documentary and he's walking just fine. Okay, well, what did I miss? But see, a lot of people didn't realize that, that he was sending letters to the judge saying that he couldn't walk. So a lot of people just see stuff on social media, but they don't know the backstory. And I do. So that's why when he posted that, I'm like, this dude is full of shit. He just said he couldn't walk 2 weeks ago. Now he's dressed like The Rock. Come on now. So yes, thank you so much. It takes a lot of work just to stay on top of everything. Let me show y'all his picture here of him. So this is the picture that's going viral. It's him dressed like The Rock. Tyson Hill, thank you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. So he's dressed like The Rock. And I mean, it's funny. It's a cute costume. I won't, take that from him. The Rock looks funny as hell. And, it's cute. Okay, Kevin, we see you. But like I said, you're not about to just put on a costume and think I'm about to forget that you left two people, your friends, to burn in a car. You're not going to just put on a costume and think that I forgot that you done threw your other friend under the bus. And now it's come out that he didn't even threaten you. He didn't try to blackmail you. So, like I said, there's just a lot of things about Kevin Hart's character, to me, that comes off as disingenuous and shady. And I mean, that's fine. He doesn't owe me anything. He doesn't owe me a friendship or explanation. But I'm also not going to be sitting here, jocking him and praising him and, on his dick. I'm not doing that just because he's Kevin Hart. No, I have the right to question him and his motives and the stuff that he's posting and the way he's trying to deflect. Look, somebody said, where's the back brace, though? Thank you. I mean, these are legitimate questions. And isn't it funny that when we ask legitimate questions like that, people get mad? Oh, y'all are mean. Let him live his best life. Okay, but where's the back brace? Where's the brace? Y'all remember that back in the day when we were little? Where's the beef? Instead of where's the beef, where's the brace? Damn it, Kevin, where's your back brace? Because that was a serious accident. And the way he was walking, if you guys didn't see the video that he did when he went to The Rock's house, they did like a Halloween skit. He looked perfectly fine. He was walking up there with the trick-or-treaters and, you know, something ain't clean in the buttermilk. At this point, I had to ask myself, was he really as hurt as he claims to have been? Because the initial reports were like, oh, he's almost paralyzed. We don't know if he'll be able to walk. And then less than 2 months later, he's filming a documentary. He got on Halloween costumes. Like, that would be the last thing on my mind if I was, like, suffering from, like, a severe injury. Like, car accidents really take a scar on you mentally. You know, my ex-husband was in a car accident, like, when our son was, like, 1 year old. And it does, it freaks you out for, like, a long time. You know, you're really paranoid to drive. You know, and I'm not saying that he may not be going through his own thing, because I don't live with him. But I'm saying it's just weird. It's just weird the way it's just being pushed, like this whole sympathy train for Kevin. And I don't see the sympathy train for the two people he was with. But I guess he's a bigger celebrity. Let's see here. Look how long it took Tracy Morgan to come back. Exactly. D said he's pulling a Jussie Smollett. A Jussie Smollett, a.k.a. Juicy Smollett. Yeah, something ain't clean in the buttermilk, y'all. It's not even a turtle shell brace. He'll be up. He's up, about to walk. And my man's in a wheelchair for 3 months. What the fuck, Kevin? Yeah, something, like I said, something ain't clean. And it's not like, you know, trying to be cynical or mean, but, you know, it's just weird. And somebody said, and those nurses barely assisted him getting up too. He's lying. Right. Like, I've been in the hospital when I couldn't walk from, you know, having really bad crises. And like, when you can't, it's like the worst, because it's like you can't control your legs and you're just in a lot of pain. And, you know, I don't know, just something about just the way the video was shot, the sympathy music. It's like, and especially coming from like a film and videography background, like, I just see through the smoke and mirrors. It's like, it's just so perfectly crafted. It's such bullshit. It's just Hollywood bullshit. I believe it was staged. Tutu Olu. Hey, that's a Nigerian name. They said, lovely T, you are one of my favorite persons in the whole wide world. Phenomenal woman, love you. Love you too. Thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. Kevin is 2 fries short of somebody's Happy Meal. You know what, Christopher? Y'all are wildin'. Yes, it's something, like I said, something about that accident is just really, really strange. That was a very severe accident. Has anybody checked on the 2 white people that were stuck in the car? How are they doing? Are they dressed up for Halloween? Is their back okay? Are they fine? Because I haven't heard, I literally have not seen the media even reach out to them. I haven't seen no coverage on those 2 people. I'm like, you know, is everything okay with them? Everybody's focused on Kevin and this sad-ass documentary that he posted on Instagram. But it's like, what about the 2 folks who were left in the car for over an hour while Kevin was trying to come up with a story? You know, so something ain't clean. Look, Cheaper said, I had major back surgery and got out of bed the same day and was at the hospital in 3 days. They dead? They're not dead. They're still alive. They were at a baby shower a few weeks ago. Okay, good. I'm shocked these white Katrina says, Cantria Baker says, I'm shocked that these white people are being ignored. That's what y'all are making my night. These comments got me cracking up. Right, and then they can edit the video. He might have paid them off. He was never in an accident, just like Tracy Morgan was never in an accident. No, Tracy Morgan was in a serious accident. What are you talking about? Now, that's a crazy conspiracy. Tracy Morgan was seriously hurt. He was in a real accident. And another thing that somebody pointed out to me, they said, isn't it funny that Kevin Hart had all this time to shoot a documentary, but how many celebrities have been in serious accidents? And for the most part, we really didn't know until, like, you know, weeks or months later. Charlie Baltimore, I didn't know she got into a damn accident until I was watching her on Grown Up Hip Hop New York and her foot was all fractured. Lil Scrappy, he's walking around with that damn boot on his foot. We didn't really know when he got into an accident. I mean, it was announced on the Shade Room, but that was about it. He wasn't making a mini documentary on his foot healing. Who else got into an accident? Tracy Morgan. Just a lot of people, have been in accidents, but you don't see them filming it in the way Kevin did. So to me, it just comes off as weird. Yep, thank you, Melissa Ford. Melissa Ford was in a very serious accident. I got a chance to meet her this summer, and she's such a beautiful lady. Very, very sweet. And her accident was very, very serious. It was a long road to recovery for her, having to like get her memory back. And I mean, she was almost killed. And the fact that she's walking and she's just looking beautiful and healthy is a blessing. But Melissa Ford didn't, create a whole short documentary following her recovery. It's just very, very odd. Very odd. I feel like he's doing this to deflect from like all these court cases, and he wants to garner sympathy in the event they find out more shit that he was drinking or possibly everything was his fault. And another thing, think about this, okay? Kevin Hart fans, think about this. Like I said on Facebook, if this was Raheem Hart from the hood and he left the scene of an accident, was at the hospital getting treatment, guess who would be arrested at their bedside? Raheem Hart would be arrested right there at the hospital. So I don't like the fact that there's two sets of rules. Legally, you cannot leave the scene of an accident. That is what Kevin did. That's a felony. Even if he wasn't the driver, he left the scene of an accident that he was involved in. He was in the car. If that was anybody else, they'd be in jail. Tell me I'm lying. Devantia Rodriguez says, my husband had back surgery in 2014. He's still going through it. Physical pain, physical therapy, spinal injections, so shady. Yeah, like I said, just like, the family member that I talked about earlier, still going through it, and she's in her 50s, and that car accident happened when she was a teenager. So it's a very serious. Somebody says, watch a promotion for his new movie pop up next year. Not Raheem. Yes, honey, Radio Raheem. If that was Raheem from Brooklyn, he'd have been arrested at the hospital. I ain't lying. Let's see, we got another super chat. Baricia Moore says, remember Eniko, a.k.a. McRib, had a huge attitude with TMZ. He's full of crap and is afraid to get exposed. I just love your channel, T. Hashtag Tea Sipper for life. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yes, I remember that she came out the hospital. I'm like, well, she don't look like a caring, concerned wife. She seemed like she has such an attitude. And you could say, well, that's because the paparazzi was in her face. But it seemed like she was like mad at, just the situation in general, because the situation made no sense. Because again, it's a two-seater. So where the hell was Kevin sitting if he was not the driver? Was he, was a lady sitting on his lap and Kevin was fingering her? Like, what the hell was going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. 3 people, two-seater, something ain't right. And I don't care how small Kevin is, that middle console ain't big enough for him to be sitting in the middle. So something ain't right. Yep, she had a horrible attitude. Can we get a mini doc for his McRib? Yep, celebrities get all types of passes. It's the truth. First, Lori Harvey getting off free, not Kevin. Let me get some clout. Yep. They said Lori Harvey done got into like a accident, done crashed into somebody's car, and she ran from the scene. Just bounced. And of course, nothing is happening to her because she's using Steve Harvey's name. So yeah, so that's the thing that I'm talking about. Now, I don't know if he's still... They said Raheem Hart, the fry cook at Bojangles. Not the fry cook at Bojangles. I'm telling you, if it was Raheem Hart, he'd be in jail. So that's why I'm telling Kevin fans, like, don't come in my DM cussing me out. Because damn, if that was you leaving the scene of an accident, you'd be locked up. Y'all go so hard for these celebrities as if they're cutting you a check. Kevin won't be sending you no money. He won't be sending you no fruit basket at all. The Rock won't be coming to pay you a visit. So stay out my DMs cussing me out over damn Kevin Hart. Shit. What's up, Melanin Queen? She says the 2 white people went to the house. You know what? I'm not fooling with you. She says the 2 white people went to the Halloween party as window shields. Y'all are a mess. Y'all are a mess, I swear. Y'all are clowning tonight. Kevin don't give a fuck about us. Let's see here. Kevin looks like he smells like roach spray. Oh my gosh, y'all are crazy. Off topic. Do you think Kylie Jenner is self-made? T? Absolutely not. I'll take nothing away from Kylie as far as being business savvy, being able to market herself on social media, but she's absolutely not self-made. Okay? She comes from generational wealth. And Kylie would have been fine even if she never came out with Kylie Jenner lip line. And this is not me throwing shade, being jealous. So before y'all be like, oh, T's a jealous bitch. Let me show y'all something. Okay? I have Kylie Jenner lip stuff. I have like maybe 4 different shades. And I like her stuff. I think it's good. So it's not like, I'm just a hater. And no. She has a good product. Not hating. But she's definitely not self-made. Self-made to me is people who get it from the ground up. Okay? She was able to build her Instagram fame and her social media fame based off of her sisters, based off of her connections. So I don't feel like they're self-made. Who was self-made in that family is their father, Robert Kardashian. He was self-made. He was a lawyer. Bruce Jenner, or whatever, Caitlyn Jenner. He was self-made. He was a, triathlon. He was an athlete, all that stuff. They got it from the bottom up. And they were able to leave generational wealth for the Kardashians, the Jenners, and set them up in a position where they could, make their own way. I mean, even if you think about Kim Kardashian's earlier days, she was Paris Hilton's stylist. How many people would just have access to Paris Hilton to be her stylist? So they had certain connections that the average person does not have. So I can't give her props. I can give her props for being rich, but I can't give her props for being self-made. I will give props to people who didn't have that generational wealth, whose families weren't able to really help them in the way that they would have wanted, who got it from the mud and were able to build something of themselves. And that's why I love to see a lot of times when I see YouTubers, starting their own product lines and makeup lines and things like that, because it just shows that, us little people can make it too. That everything doesn't have to be so corporate. Even like with Super Situation, her getting that from the ground up, creating that makeup line, that was awesome. That somebody like that is self-made. But I don't consider Kylie Jenner self-made. But she does have some good products. I ain't gonna hate. I do like her lip stuff. Let's see here. Daya says, before my phone dies, let me say congratulations. I can't wait for the launch. Thank you so much, Daya. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. I definitely appreciate it. And yes, rest in peace. Rest in peace to John Witherspoon. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you need to make a whole video about John Witherspoon. And I'm like, well, I mean, he was an older gentleman and he died peacefully in his bed. Like, I haven't heard any conspiracies. I haven't heard anything. It wasn't like he was murdered. So, I mean, he died peacefully in his bed. So, rest in peace to him. Like, that one, I think a lot of people took that really hard because he was, like, almost like a father figure, like a grandfather figure. Like, even my kids were talking about him. Like, Mom, did you hear about John Witherspoon? I'm like, oh, wow. They even, realize who he is because they've watched Friday and, knowing him playing Pops on the Sean and Marlon show and all that stuff. Like, he's just been a phenomenal actor and just very down to earth, very humble. You never heard about him involved in any scandals and things like that. So definitely rest in peace to him. It's sad that we're losing a lot of our greats. That's why I say that, we definitely have to give people their roses while they're here. And we have to big up the people who are just doing the right thing. And he's always like giving like really good advice. I always liked watching his interviews when he would do interviews because he always gave a lot of good advice to like up and coming actors and actresses and things like that. So, yeah, that was a shock when I seen that. When we were like, oh, my God, John Witherspoon died. And I was like, what? Mr. Bang, 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 bang. He has so many, like, just funny one-liners. He was just, man, he was dope. He was dope. Granddad and, watching him on the Boondocks. That's another way the kids know him, from the Boondocks. Yes. Diane Carroll died. I didn't even know that. Yeah, a lot of people are passing away. What do you think about the Irv Gotti and Ashanti situation? I hope people are keeping the same energy. Because I noticed depending on who it is, there'll be a home wrecker or they won't be. I think that situation was definitely shady. But I remember it going on back in the day, there were always rumors about Irv and Ashanti messing around with each other. And, you know, maybe that's why she got her karma in her relationship with Nelly. Because Nelly was cheating on her. Nelly literally kept her a kept woman for 10 years. She wasted 10 years with Nelly. And they didn't get married. They didn't have no kids. And it's like she spent all this time with Nelly. And he never even like really publicly acknowledged her like he does Miss Jackson. Like right now, everybody knows Nelly's with Miss Jackson. He won't shut up about Miss Jackson. But he didn't have the same energy for Ashanti, which is just weird because Ashanti's definitely a way bigger star than Miss Jackson. But I think a lot of that is karma. And see, people think that they can do things when they're young when it comes to relationships. Like, oh, I can be the side chick. You know, you were sitting here in Deb's face. You were like a daughter to Deb. You were like, you know, an auntie to her kids. And then the whole time you're fucking her husband. And that's not to absolve Irv Gotti's disgusting, nasty ass. You know what I mean? He was a cheater and he treated his wife like shit. But as women, we're always so quick to like, you know, to do foul shit to other women, as opposed to putting ourselves in another woman's shoes. And I think that's sad. And granted, she may have been young, but that doesn't make it okay. So if people are dragging her, I don't feel bad for her at all. Delry Fran says, lovely and everyone all the way from South Africa. That's what's up. I met a lot of really cool South African people last week. They were like really sweet. Yes, you cannot mix work with pleasure. I remember this white boy told me a long time ago. He was like, I would never mess with a coworker because I refuse to dip my pen in company ink. I was like, you know what? I love that shit. I was like, I definitely feel that. You cannot dip your pen in company ink because it just creates a messy situation, you know, and it just makes it really uncomfortable. And I feel like that's why they're not able to like really do the reunion as of yet, because there's all this unspoken animosity between Irv Gotti and Ashanti and everything else. So yeah, I think that was crazy. TM says, I didn't realize that Nelly was with Ashanti. Yeah, they were together for like 10 years. And then Nelly ended up leaving her, and supposedly Nelly was cheating on her and everything else. So, yep, they were together. Miss Jackson is Floyd Mayweather's ex-girlfriend. Matter of fact, today's just been announced he was never married to her. It was just announced that he has a new girl that he's engaged to. Let me say this. Now, the new girl he's with, she's a bad chick. You know what I'm saying? Typical, you know, IG body package, titties, ass, no waist. Real pretty lady. But what I've noticed about people like Floyd Mayweather, Rick Ross, who else? I don't know. I can't think of who else. There's another guy. But they're like serial engagers. Like they like to get engaged. They like to like give women hope. Like, oh, we're engaged. And then these women sit there with them for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. And they don't never walk down the aisle. They don't never get married to them. Rick Ross has been engaged to every female he's been with, including that white. Remember he was engaged to that white woman? Never. We ain't heard about her since. It's been 2 years. Since then, he's had 2 more children. I'm like, well, how are you engaged to this white woman, but you steadily knocking up your black baby mama? Like, somebody go check on the white lady, make sure she's okay. Because I'm like, I thought y'all was getting married. And since then, he's had 2 more kids with somebody else. And Floyd Mayweather is the same way. He's always screaming out that he's engaged, but he don't ever walk down the aisle with nobody. And I don't see them walking down the aisle. And honestly, as much money and fame that these men have, they don't need to get married. Because most of them are not really trying to be faithful anyways. So why even get married? You know what I'm saying? Why even put yourself in a situation to get a divorce and have somebody walk away with half your earnings? So I think they just use that as game for these women to get them gassed up, thinking like, oh my God, I'm Floyd Mayweather's fiance. But check back a year from now, she'll be the 8th fiance, once again, never walking down the aisle. So that's fun that you brought him up, because I just seen that story today. Somebody said, hey, from Pakistan, what's up? We got Pakistan in the house? That's amazing. Yep, Jim Jones and Chrissy, they're another one. Oh my God, Lil Wayne and Daya. You know Lil Wayne done dumped her. Did you peep that tea? He got a whole new girlfriend. She's some plus size model. She's huge. Not saying it like that, but compared to Lil Wayne, she's big. Like Lil Wayne is like 5 foot and he's like 130 pounds. This girl's like 5'9", like, I don't know, like 170. Pretty girl. She has like blue eyes or something. I think she's like Latina. But That's his new girlfriend. So again, Daya done waited with Wayne for the past 8 years. He was fucking Stephanie from Cartel Crew. So that's what ended their relationship. So Lil Wayne dumped Daya. Now he's with some plus size model. But he was engaged to Daya for damn near like 8 years. So yeah, he's another one. Thank you for bringing Lil Wayne up. He's a serial engager. P. Diddy, he's another one. People be engaged for 115 years. Like, if you're going to get married, get married. Y'all laugh. I'm not saying she's huge, like she's a whale or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? She's thick. What I'm saying is that she's huge compared to Lil Wayne. Y'all know Lil Wayne is tiny. Regine's tiny too. I seen her at the Luda Day Fest. She's very small. She got to be like 5 foot. Very, very small. Let's see here. Broker lady. Oh, okay. She says 26-year-old black female stockbroker looking to start a YouTube channel. Any advice? I've been watching you for 5 years. I love your channel. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Do something different. Do something different. Okay? And being that you're a broker lady, I would love to see a YouTube channel on stocks. You know what I'm saying? On like your day-to-day, like being a broker person, how you get into that type of work, you know, financial information. That's what's going to take you further on YouTube. Please do not come on here trying to spill tea, trying to talk about celebrities. That genre is so oversaturated. Like, it kills me. Like, people be like, I want to do exactly what you do. But you're not going to get any views because it's so oversaturated. You know what I'm saying? So if you're trying to start a channel, think outside the box. And that's a really good thing that you could start a channel with, because that's something different. You're black. You're a broker. So that's something totally different outside the box that you could start a channel on that will get you views. Because at this point, the commentary genre is so oversaturated. If I see one more, female sipping out of a damn cup, trying to mimic what I do, it's so many little carbon copies, and they don't get views because you're trying to be somebody else instead of being yourself. So that's the main advice I would give you, is to start a channel that's interesting, that's different. You know what I'm saying? That people will gravitate towards. Because the commentary thing is oversaturated. The weave, doing hair, oversaturated. Please do not start a YouTube channel. Hey, y'all, I want to show you how to put on the lace front. Honey, that's been done 50 million times. Makeup and beauty, oversaturated. We have dark-skinned girls. We have light-skinned girls. We have Mexicans. We have Asians. It's oversaturated. So now the only way to like really make it now on YouTube and make money, you have to think outside the box. You have to come up with something different. Even the mukbang, everybody ran to start doing mukbangs and stuff like that. Even that's oversaturated. But I think with what you do, that'd be something really, really dope. So I hope that's some good advice for you. So let's see here. Okay, so she's talking about, so she sent another super chat. She says stock market and investing. I think that'd be awesome. And we need stuff like that. So I think that'd be really good. Somebody else sent the super chat and then it disappeared. And they were writing something. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I just think it's very oversaturated. So if you do something like that, or tech, like black female tech, we need more videos like that. Because I watch a lot of tech videos. And most of the tech videos are white guys. So if we could have some black female techs, that'd be awesome. Okay, here goes some super chats I can read. So that guy from Texas, I missed your super chat earlier. He says it's a felony where he's at in Texas. He says that Kevin Hart should have stayed there. Okay, Oh My Glam Studio. Thank you for the super chat. She says, TT, a blog media said that the other people on the car were paid by Kevin's team and paid more of an amount that TMZ offered for an interview. I'm not really sure. Like I said, we're going to have to like really, really find out, as the days go on. There'll be more information coming out, but I'm not buying what Kevin Hart is trying to sell. I'm not buying it at all. Let's see here. Yep, I do. You're a computer science major? That's what's up. Yeah, we got to find, be careful who you tell Right? Yeah, I'm starting a vegan channel. I'm such a perfectionist. That's good. Somebody said he sacrificed John Witherspoon. Who sacrificed John Witherspoon? Kevin Hart? Y'all are wildin'. Stop. But yeah, and that's the main thing that I get that all the time, especially for like younger kids. They all want to like do YouTube now, and it's like, how can you get into YouTube? And YouTube is so oversaturated. That's why I tell people, if you get into YouTube, you got to have multiple side hustles, because it's not the YouTuber yesteryear. We're like the Nisians and these weirdo personalities on here who are just doing anything for clicks and views, and they could get paid for it. YouTube has demonetized a lot of stuff, a lot of things they won't monetize. And you have to realize they really changed the monetization system because what they're trying to do is turn YouTube mainstream. Now, I spoke about this on my live. Well, I did a video that I didn't mean to upload. It was a test video, but I was talking. It was a real video, but they was like, the lighting was shitty. I accidentally uploaded it, but people really liked it. But I took it down, but people did like it. But in that video, I was telling you that basically there's a celebrity takeover of YouTube, right? So like so many celebrities now, they all have YouTube channels. They're doing commentary. They're doing makeup. And so what they're trying to eventually do is replace the regular people like me and, let's say Jackie, because she does makeup, and just regular YouTubers who have been on here for a while. They're trying to start replacing regular YouTubers with celebrities. So that's the thing, is that don't come on here naive thinking that you're about to, come on the tail end of everything with YouTube and you're going to make all this money. The van girl, the girl that went viral for living in a van, that was like a 1 in a million type, deal. But for the most part, that's not most people's journeys on YouTube. You have to like really grind and have been on here for years to build a platform. Because like I said, I did this for years. I didn't get a dime. You know what I'm saying? Before we really started making any type of money. So you have to be passionate. It has to be something that you want to do. But there's definitely a celebrity takeover of YouTube, which to me is really unfortunate, because I come on here to watch regular people. I don't come on here to watch celebrities. If I want to see a celebrity, I'll watch your movie. I'll buy your album. I just don't care about the ins and outs, the day-to-day of celebrity. And I think because I grew up in a different generation where our celebrities, they had a mystique. Okay? I don't want to hear about Janet Jackson. When I was growing up, you didn't know that Janet Jackson had cramps. You didn't know that, Prince was sick and puking his guts out. Like just celebrities, they just overshare so much on social media that to me it turns off. It's a turn off. Like I don't want to hear like just everything. I want that mystique, okay? And I think that's what makes somebody a celebrity, because there's like that level of mystique there. I don't want to necessarily look at them as just a regular person, because if that's the case, then what's the point of having a celebrity, right? So that's the part that kind of turns me off. Like I want to see just regular, young girls putting on makeup and, talking about college and what they're going through in their life, because they're just regular relatable people. I can't relate to somebody who's worth, $20 million and you're boo-hooing about, some bullshit. Like cry, dry your tears with your money and go sit down somewhere. You know what I mean? So I like to relate more to just regular people and their, how they come up and the things that they do. And unfortunately, YouTube is like turning from that, and they're trying to make this a whole celebrity platform. That's why you have the Revolt TVs and all these people, like everybody's starting a podcast now. A lot of these corporations are now starting podcasters, and they're coming to YouTube. And unfortunately, that's going to take away from the regular people who have podcasts and who have YouTube channels and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely, Camille B, you're right. It's turned into CelebTube now. Yeah, it really has, and that's the unfortunate part. Because this was meant for just regular people, and now like we're literally in competition with like celebrities who have money for like, huge studios and lighting and backdrop, and they have script writers and they have somebody in their ear telling them how to pronounce shit, so it's like super professional. But for us, it's just us. It's just me. But I think that that's the part that just us regular people really enjoy and like about my channel and other people's channels, is that we're just regular people having dialogue and it's relatable. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, how real can a Joe Budden really be when he's a part of the industry? How real can certain celebrities be when giving their opinion and, starting podcasts when they're part of the industry? When I watch Joe Budden on Revolt TV, he doesn't have the same energy that he has on his own podcast. Like, he's more reserved. Him and Remy Ma, they kind of, walk on eggshells with what they want to say, what they can't say. Don't nobody got time for that shit, but they're in the industry, so y'all have to still be around these same people. Whereas if it's just regular people, yeah, I might be around celebrities all the time, but that's not my life. I'm not in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm still going to be able to say what I have to say, but still keep it respectful. There's no, politics with me there. But if you are in the industry, you cannot be as real or as brutally honest or call out your peers. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't really enjoy when I see celebrity podcasts or celebrities trying to give their opinion or T.I. talk about politics. You're not versed enough to talk about politics. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Killer Mike, I enjoy when he talks about it, but not T.I. So yeah. I watch you in cooking YouTube channels. I like cooking YouTube channels. I see Meg Thee Stallion has a mini series on her YouTube channel. Yeah, it is. So that's the part that's unfortunate. Like, it's the whole platform is really changing. Oh, I got a bunch of super chats. Let's see here. That chick's channel. Hey T, I love your channel, your spirit. Question: what's your opinion on the state of Black YouTube? What do you think about doxing? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, Just Jade sent a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Just Jade. I appreciate it. And then she sent another super chat. She says, what editing software would you recommend? I really want my food videos to be like a movie and to be crisp. You don't have to get anything too expensive when you start. When I started, I used Windows Movie Maker. Y'all remember with those old ass transitions with the hearts and the stars? That's how I started. Windows Movie Maker comes with like your PC if you have a PC. If you have a MacBook, iMovie is good enough because when you first start, especially when you're just doing cooking videos, all you need is a basic slicing and editing system. You don't need the stuff that I do is more advanced. You're not going to do all that for a cooking video. So iMovie and Windows Movie Maker. There was another one I used to use too on Windows, but I can't think of it now. Adobe Premiere and Final Cut Pro, they're more advanced. If you want to there's a learning curve basically, but if you want to learn how to use those programs, you can watch videos on YouTube. But I would say iMovie and Windows Movie Maker are the most easiest for just simple slicing and just basic editing if you don't really know about editing yet. So editing takes a while. People ask me all the time, like, how do you edit? How did you get that good? It takes a long time. Now I can edit in my sleep, but it takes a while, and I'm just a perfectionist now when I do it. That's why it's so hard for me to hand the reins over to other people to do any edits for me. But just start with something simple. The main thing is to get the content out there. So don't worry about all the fancy stuff like the transitions and the overlays and all that stuff. Worry about just basic slicing and cutting and making sure it's clean. Because there's nothing worse than watching a video and it's a bunch of, today I think I'm going to cook. Nobody's going to watch that. So if you don't have your thoughts gathered together, then you definitely need to know how to edit all that stuff out. I hate watching videos with a bunch of dead air, a bunch of a bunch of what the hell is this? Edit your videos. So yeah, just do basic editing. Because I'm an editor, so it's just it's like the perfectionist in me. I just hate when there's just a bunch of dead air, people just blinking and looking weird. It's like you have to edit because that's going to make it more professional. Because a lot of times with cooking, you can't wing that. It's not like commentary. That's something where there's different, steps and stuff like that. So hope that helps. So the other lady was asking about what I think about Black YouTube and doxing. I think the Black sector of YouTube, you know what? I just don't deal too much with is there really even a Black sector of YouTube? Because all I see is a lot of people just creating drama, constant beefing. It's just really sad. Now YouTube Black was dope because those were positive you know what I'm saying, people from the black sector who came together, that YouTube brought together, and it was really cool getting to know those people and meet them and, you know, match a face to the channel and getting to know people behind the scenes. So there is kind of like a black sector, but then there's that, you know, that ugly black sector where people are just really ugly towards each other and mean, and they dox each other, and, you know, I think that's like, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. You know, and the problem with the internet is that people get emboldened. You know, they allow their subscribers, honey, you will have people with 500 subscribers and they act like they are PewDiePie. You can't tell them shit. Me and my squad, like, people will let people in the comment section gas them up to do stuff that they know they wouldn't do in real life. You know, so the doxing thing, absolutely not. I think that's disgusting to put somebody's information out there in hope, because the thing is, when people do that, they're not about that life. They're not coming to your house. They're hoping that somebody sees your information online and that motherfucker is crazy enough to come to your house. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people do it. It's not because they're about that life. Most people who do stuff like that, they're punks. You know what I mean? And the thing you got to realize is when you're doxing people and you're trying to get folks to come to somebody else's house to start some shit, people be strapped up. People got cameras around their house. So you come knocking on somebody's door trying to bring them some shit, you better be careful and hope that they don't open that door with a gun or something in their hand, and then it ends up escalating. You know, so I see like a lot of the stuff that goes on, you know, and I'm not just going to say black YouTube, I'll just say in YouTube in general, just some of the ugly stuff that people do to each other. It's just ridiculous. And a lot of that is because they're getting gassed up by their fans and by trolls, and, you know, having that anonymity of the internet, having that comfort where people feel like, you know, because they're on camera, they can just say whatever. You know, they can attack other people, they can talk crazy. But when it's real life, when I tell you, people do not have the same energy. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. It's all teeth and it's all smiles. So that's why I don't get hyped behind people getting hyped and going off on YouTube and talking all that YouTube shit. Because in the real world, when it's, you know, face to face, they don't have that same energy. They keep it very, very cute. Okay, I done been around a lot of people. They keep it very, very cute. So, yeah. What's up, Kevin? So Kevin said, girl who is posting all those crazy news stories on your website, it looks like the Twilight Zone. You need to stop. We know who's posting it. Kevin is one of my bloggers. I love Kevin. Those crazy stories on my website are compliments of Kevin, okay? You might as well call it Kevin's website, okay? He that is one of my bloggers, and he gets the best stories where literally you'll be like, what in the world? You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes me miss my news channel that I had on YouTube. But we still, being that we can't, you know, it's just a waste of time for me to do YouTube videos because none of them get approved on the news channel. So we still post the crazy news stories. So if you guys don't know, follow me on Twitter. You can sign up for the newsletter on the website, but we still post those crazy stories. And it's Kevin. He's the one who posts like the most, like, just like the most of, you know, just like outrageous stories. Like, he finds them. So thank you so much for the super chat, Kevin. I appreciate it. Yeah, Brandon, I stopped posting on there. Like I said, I went back and I was posting for like 3 months straight. And out of 100 videos that I posted in those 3 months, probably only 20 of them got approved. So it's just a waste of time. YouTube is not wanting people to speak on news content. They just don't. Brisa said, shout out to Kevin. Yes, I have a good team. I love my team. A few of them are here. But they're dope. And these are regular subscribers that I've reached out to. Like, we've all been like a blogging family for like 5 years now. That I just reached out to them because they were on my fan page and they were always like, you know, sending me really cool stories and just really engaged. And I tapped them on the shoulder like, hey, do you want to blog for me? And they've been with me for years. And like I said, everybody gets paid. I don't have anybody do anything for me for free. And, you know, they're like just the coolest group of people, you know. And it's funny because like I had to stay on top of them, like, you know, just, you know, we stay positive. We don't engage in BS and in comment sections, none of that stuff, okay? We know what it is over here, and that's it. You know, they're team tea sippers, and I love my bloggers. I love it. They keep that website up and going, and they keep the stories coming. So you are very, very appreciated. Kevin, Wendia, Tani, Devin, I appreciate you all so much. So Nick Nat says, see, that's dope. T putting people on. You go T. Oh yeah. Don't let people, that's why I say people can spread whatever lies they want to spread. That's why I don't address bullshit. Because I know the truth. Like I don't have to come and defend myself or address nothing. I know who's on my team. I know everybody who's ever worked for me. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that those are just the people that I work with in the States. I also have a team of people that help me overseas, that help run the websites. There's a guy that I'm really cool with. We've been cool for years. I knew him back when I used to do IT. And so he started his own, where he helps run websites. So I pay him every month, and he keeps all my websites up and running as far as the back end, any glitches, any updates, so it's a lot of people that I employ behind the scenes, not just here, but also overseas, that I'm just very, very close with. And it's funny because, my overseas people who help run the websites, they don't, they know English, but it's funny because it's they understand English, but they say, they'll be like, T, I watched your videos. I don't know who a lot of these people are, but you're so funny. You're just funny. So when we talk on Google Hangout, because sometimes we'll have video conversations and stuff, it just amazes me. I have people in Pakistan and over there, and they're watching my videos, and even though they may not know who Super Scent is or who some of the people here that I talk about, they just enjoy the stories, they just enjoy the content and stuff like that. So, I have just a lot of people who are writing for me who just really, sincerely want to help out, and, I look out for them, you know what I mean? So it's a blessing. Kyle Rack, thank you for the super chat. Kyle Rack says, T, where did you get that beautiful comforter blanket in the background of the Whoa Vicky Bat Baby Fight video? Love it. Thank you. Matter of fact, I got it from England. It came all the way from overseas. I don't know what it is about the UK, but you guys have the best bedding. Because I'm all about the bling, honey. I like shine and bling and rhinestones. I like gaudy shit. But the UK, they have the best stuff. The shipping's not cheap, but I really love the bedding, and you're not going to see it here in the States. So, yep, I got it overseas in the UK. So let's see here. Lashira says, T, I've been rocking with you since the white background. Keep up the good work and keep being a beautiful queen that you are. You are appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So, dang, I've been out here for an hour and 11 minutes. I miss live streaming. I'm having such a good time tonight. I hope you guys are having fun. Yes, I did hear that the presidential debate will be at the Tyler Perry Studios, and I'm so proud of Tyler Perry. I really am. I got a chance to meet him 2 weeks ago at his event. Very down to earth, and what I really respect about Tyler Perry, if you remember, him and Spike Lee were beefing at one point in time, and it wasn't his beef, it was Spike Lee's issue. And he was mad about the whole Madea thing. And he kept saying that, he felt like Tyler Perry was cooning. That was his whole thing. And Tyler Perry felt like, you know what, Spike Lee is kind of coming off as jealous. I'm the new kid on the block, and he's feeling some type of way. What I respect about Tyler is that even though they were feuding publicly, he was able to put all that behind him. And he named one of the studios after Spike Lee. And Spike Lee ended up coming to the studio premiere when everything, the big premiere that Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyonce, everybody was at. And I thought that was very big of him. Because he could have held that grudge. He could have been like, oh, you try to bring me down. Look where I'm at now. He didn't do that. So I have a lot of respect for him. And the fact that he took an old Confederate base and he made it into what what it is now. That's just amazing to me. So that's really dope that they're going to be having the presidential debate there. Euquila Johnson, thank you for the super chat, sis. I appreciate it. You said, don't leave. We don't need sleep. I'm not even tired, y'all. Usually I'd be like, all right, y'all, I gotta go. But I haven't been out here in a while. I'm not really tired. I slept earlier, and it's just been a lot. Oh my gosh, it's been so much just trying to get stuff done with this party. It's been so stressful. Bright Brit 94 says, you're not lying about the bedding. My mom came from England with a suitcase full of sheets and comforters. Much love from NY. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, England has the best bedding, honey. They really do. Like just like the most stuff that you're not gonna see. Like that. I love that comforter. I really do. Good. Good. It's daytime in Australia. Oh, that's what's up. It's 11:26 in Cali. Today I got time, cause you can look. There's this. I gotta think of the website name. But okay, remember the lady Kylie Minogue? Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. Okay, right? So Kylie Minogue, I didn't know she would, maybe, I don't know, maybe she's British or not British, but all her like bedding is like from the UK. Like she has like the dopest bedding. So look up Kylie Minogue bedding and it'll bring you to like this website in the UK and they just have like the dopest bedding. I'm over here singing and stuff. That was like a song from like third grade or something. But yeah, she has like the dopest bed sets. And they're based out of the UK. Oh, she's Australian. Okay, thank you. She's Australian. Yeah, the website is in the UK though. But that's good to know. Somebody says Merry Christmas, T. How is it Christmas and yesterday was just Halloween? Do regular people get to go to YouTube Black? Nope, it's only YouTubers that go. Yeah, it's just YouTubers that go. Thank you, Eula, for the super chat. Thank you. I've got to go to work in a few hours. No sleep yet. But Grenada is quiet, hailing from the Caribbeans. Okay, that's what's up. Miss New York and Drake's daddy. Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard nothing about that. Oh, I remember Vanessa Hudson on the Cosby Show doing the locomotion. I do remember that. That is too funny. There was some... Okay, so this is the last thing I want to talk about. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm going to talk to y'all about it. So I went today to go get my lashes done. Y'all see that? So my lash lady, she's awesome. She's like the sweetest lady. She's been through a lot in her life. She's young. She was a teen mom. She's Native, so she's like Native American. But she's just, we've been clicking. I've been with her now for like going on 2 years. So initially, like I said, I was going to her. She had no idea, that I did YouTube, none of that stuff, because I never tell people what I do. And so we just been able to just kind of build like a genuine, relationship. And so we got to talking today, and, we always have, like, these little talk sessions, so, like, while I'm getting my lashes done. And, she was getting really emotional. And we were just saying, like, how proud we were of each other. Like, like, where we came from. Like, she lived on the reservations. And if you guys know anything about the Indian reservations, especially, like, in the Midwest, they're really poor. They have a lot of drug issues. She was on drugs for a while. A lot of her friends have died from heroin overdoses. And so she's been through a lot. And she was a teen mom at 16. And we were just talking about, like our lives, what we've been through, the fact that we're both young parents and, just trying to like just make it through, take care of our children. We're both single moms. And, she just really, like, you could tell like she was ready to cry, but she's like just trying to hold it. And she was saying that she just feels like she has nobody. That people always feel like she's the strong one. And I was telling her what Taraji told me, what Taraji told all of us at YouTube Black. That, so many times people look at you and they feel like, you're strong. You have everything together. And I go through this myself. And she was saying that you need to check on your strong friends. Because some of the people that you feel like are so strong and you feel like you can lean on them for everything, ask them for money, ask them for support, they're really going through it mentally. And she was saying that, she feels like she has to be so strong for like her sisters and for her family, but who's there for her when she needs it? And like, she says, I do everything by myself. She just booked a trip to Miami and I was like, who you going with? She's like, just by myself. She'll go out, to like the bar just by herself. And I was like, girl, me and you need to start going out sometime and just kicking. I said, I think that's the problem is that, because she's a business owner. She says she feels like because she's elevated so much, she got out that negative situation. She got away from her druggy friends. She's doing good. She's been sober now for like, I think like 4 or 5 years. She's just really handling her business. And now that she's up here, she says she's looking around and she feels like there's no one around her. it's like, there's no one there. And I said, yeah, it gets very lonely when you get to the top, because it's like, people want to support you, but only to a certain extent. So she was trying to do like something like to go and talk to like young women at jails and prisons, and she's working on a book, and she wants to kind of share her story, like how she made it off the reservation, how she's able to open up her own shop, and just all the good things that she's been able to accomplish. She wants to inspire other people. And so she said she was asking some of her cousins and family members who have watched her just do good to write a recommendation letter, because for her to get into this program, to be able to speak to the inmates and stuff, she needs recommendation letters. She was like, T, I've been asking people now for the past 2 months. She said, do you know not one person has written me a recommendation letter? They keep bullshitting. They keep, it's just a bunch of mess. And I felt so bad for her. And I'm like, you know what? It's just sad. Like, why do we do that? And I feel like I go through the same thing as well, where it's like the people that know you personally, they're the slowest to support you. It's the people that don't know you who go the hardest for you. And that's one thing I want to leave you guys with, that if you're interested in starting something, I don't care if it's a YouTube channel, a business, going up the corporate ladder, the people who are going to support you most in life are people who are not your family, are people who are not your immediate friends. It's going to be literally strangers who encourage you to do better, to achieve better, to go to greater heights. Like, I spent that whole time, like, just really encouraging her and letting her know, because now she's going to counseling, she's going to therapy, and I'm so proud of her, because she has a lot of baggage. She has a lot of, trauma that she went through, as a young person. And I'm proud of her that she's going to therapy and she's doing stuff. And we were just able to, like, just really connect. And I don't know who needs to hear this message. That's what, I hope I'm not just, like, just talking. But I just, if I can't leave anything with you guys, I want to leave that. It may feel lonely and you may feel like you have nobody, your closest friends, your closest associates, but realize that people are always watching. And sometimes it will be strangers who will be your biggest advocate. And even with my party, I sent, because before I ever make anything public, I always make sure to send stuff to people I know personally, friends, family, things like that, before I make it to the public, because I don't want the public getting first dibs before the people I personally know. And like I was telling her, I said, it's not a surprise because it happens every time. When I send stuff out to people that I know publicly, let's say I send out, 50 invitations, out of those 50, maybe 5 people will go and register and go sign up for something that I'm doing. Everybody else, it's all strangers. When I sent those links to like my subscribers and the people who said that they want to come to the party, when I tell you every last person, within 10 minutes, they went, they registered, got their ticket. T, I got my ticket. I can't wait to meet you. I still have friends. I'm like, did you get your ticket yet? Nah, I'm going to get to it. So then once the tickets get sold out and they're not able to come to the event, then I'm acting brand new. It's gone to my head. Like, just like really hurtful stuff where it's like, you feel like people are not really genuinely trying to support you. You know what I'm saying? And I just want people to realize that sometimes your support comes from other people. So to the people that I don't personally know who are coming to the meet and greet to meet little old me, like, just know it means a lot to me. It really does. It means a lot to me that people that I don't know, you're not in my phone. I've probably never seen you. I might have seen you in passing in Minnesota or something, but I don't know you. And for you to take time out to register and to come to my event, it means a lot. And I think sometimes we don't shout those people out as much as we do our immediate circle. So let me go ahead and read these comments. Oh, Taisha said, I needed this. Good. Good. This is exactly what I'm going through. Preach. $5 tickets and people who personally know won't come. Yeah. They'll complain about the price. Like, oh, it's $5 to get in, but you just bought you just spent $800 on some Louboutins. Like, get out of here. So it's insane. But yeah, she was like really hurting. And I just told her, I said, I go through it too. I go through the same thing. I said, what I really want to do with her and other like-minded women, not just women, just like-minded people, is I said, I think we should get together like maybe once, I don't know, once like every 2 months, and we check in on each other. And, y'all can do this in your own cities too. The people who are business minded, who are focused, who are positive, who want to like do better, we check in on each other, do like a ladies' night, go out to eat, just like really check on each other. How's your business going? Are you having any issues with, taxes? Your kids, how's life? Because when you're running a business, on top of that, it's a lot of work on top of trying to juggle your home, your family. And people don't realize it. They just see the fact that you're a business owner. They see a title, but they don't see everything that goes on in the back end. And sometimes, people need that encouragement that, you're still doing the right thing and that you'll make it through and, to keep you going. And she even said, like, I appreciate you. She said, you literally come to me like clockwork every 2 weeks. Like, I can count on you to come in here and get your lashes done. You've never came in here and asked for a discount. You've never asked for a hookup. She said, do you know, since I've had my business in the past 2 years, none of my family members have ever come here to get their lashes done. But they'll call me at least once a week wanting free lashes, but they don't want to pay for them. So it's like, why do we do each other like that? It's just, it's insane. And it happens, people a lot of times think that, oh, it's black people who always want the homie hookup. No, I see with all races. It's like the ones closest to you, they don't want to like really support you because sometimes I feel like it makes them feel some type of way because when they look at you and they look at your success or where you're at, and I'm not talking about success like just not necessarily monetarily success. It could be, school, graduating, getting a diploma, getting that bachelor's degree. You get what I'm saying? It's like something in that triggers something in them that they could be where you're at, and there's no excuse that they're not where you're at. So yeah, we had like a really deep conversation today. Thank you, Daryl Jax, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Angel says it's a sense of entitlement. Yeah, it's crazy. Billy J says my family's the same way. Ann says fake support. It's okay, y'all. Hold on. I'm crying too. Aww. Y'all are in here crying. LOL, dude, at a friend's, but hi, I'll watch later. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for popping through. Let's see. Michael Scale says, I remember I got 3 photos in an art gallery competition. I posted about it on Facebook the same day, and a friend the next day kind of dogged me about it because I talked about it too much. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's insane. I saw the, hey, Zimbabwe Princess. She said, love for Mankato. Thank you. I saw a meme yesterday that somebody posted on Facebook. And I'm not on my Facebook page that often. So I just really post the same thing on Instagram that I post on my Facebook page. But I just happened to go onto the feed and I saw a meme where somebody was basically calling people out. Like, y'all are never happy. Y'all complain when people ask you to support them. Y'all complain when people come on and complain about people not supporting them. Y'all just want to complain. Like, y'all are just always mad on Facebook. Y'all say support black businesses, but then y'all get upset when people like post like their flyers or their business, then they're doing too much. You're flooding my timeline with a bunch of mess. So it's just, I don't know. It's just like, it's just like the world that we live in. It's just really ugly. It's like you'll get more support from people who are not from your city and from people who don't know you personally than you will the people that you know. I love you too, Gloria. TM says, but this makes me sad to realize this, and we have to remember that we should support people that are close to us and not feel like they owe us. Right. Some people are like the characters from The Little Red Hen. They want to help eat the bread, but they don't want to help you make it. Amen. It's the truth. You'll even have people who will come in on the tail end of something and feel like they're entitled to what you built, to what you created. And then when you're like, fuck no. You know what I'm saying? You had nothing to do with it. You wasn't shooting in the gym. You don't even share my shit. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm supposed to like bring you on my platform and help build you up when you don't even watch my videos. Like you're not even really a true tea sipper. You're just trying to, attach yourself to something because you see YouTube is popping now. So it's just like, that's like a lot of the stuff that, and it's not just me, it's a lot of people who go through that. YouTubers, Instagrammers, and things like that. And then sometimes it's from like your own family that you get it from as well. So yeah, it's really sad because people They don't want to do the work. They just want to sit by and watch you do everything and then come at the end of it. Like, I know she was saying that one of her cousins got an attitude with her because they feel like she should teach them how to do lashes too, because she wants to, start doing lashes and, work for her. And she's like, well, no, I'm not going to teach you how to do lashes. Go and pay for the certification class like I did. You know what I'm saying? It's training. It's a bunch of stuff. I don't have time to train you and teach you how to do something. You need to go pay for the class. So her cousin basically thinks that she can take a shortcut, you know what I'm saying, and have her teach her how to do the lashes, and then she can work up under her and get money. It's like, well, how does that work? Like, you're trying to, like, basically, take a shortcut and get to where she's at, and she's worked years to get to where she's at. But yeah, it's like she spent her money on this building, a beautiful building, beautiful spot. And she says her own family members don't even come there and get their lashes done. And that's sad. It's sad that people have that mentality. Angel says, you are really inspiring me to get my shit together. Aw. No, that's good. And that's what I want to see. There's a lot of people in here crying. Wow. Y'all are in tears, man. Y'all gonna make me cry. For real, it is. And I just want to, like I said, I don't know who needs to hear that, but we just got really emotional today because it was just like, nothing ever came to me easy. Nothing ever came to her easy. And I'm just really proud of her. Like, I'm proud of, like, just all the moves that she's made. And once you get to a certain position, it's very hard to trust people. It's hard to let people in because it's like people are always coming for you with their hand out, but not necessarily, when you're going through stuff. So I told myself in 2020, I'm not doing any one-sided friendships, one-sided relationships. If I can't lean on you the same way you can lean on me, it's not worth bringing it into the new year. I'm not doing that. It's not worth it. I want to be around like-minded people. I want to be around business-minded people. I want to be around people who have their own thing going on, who don't have to sit there and have animosity because you're doing so much. Where are you going now? You're always traveling. How does that affect you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be happy that I'm traveling and, getting out of, the city and going to go see different things. Because when I see people posting their trips on Instagram, I be happy for them. Like, damn, I ain't never been there, but shit, have a good time, boo. Have a safe flight. Wish you well. I like looking through their pictures and seeing what they're doing. But it's like you'll have people who look at that same thing and have an attitude and, feel some type of way. It's crazy. Lisa Parker, you are my greatest inspiration, T. Thank you. Yokia King, proud of you both. Amy says, my sister did that. I was going to pay her instead of LegalZoom to help start my business. What she does for a living, and she would not help me, but she sure wanted a discount when I got running. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like, it's the people closest to you. It's just insane, and they don't understand, like, none of this came easy. None of it. Like, I'll have, like, it could just be so frustrating. Like, I'll have dudes be like, oh, Shadi, you should teach me how to edit. Wait, what? Like, I'm supposed to just, like, like, I can barely, like, keep up with just the shit I have to do. So now I'm supposed to just sit here and just teach you how to edit. You don't want to teach yourself? Like, people just want you to just hand stuff to them on, like, a silver platter. But I'm like, who sat here and taught me how to edit? I literally taught myself. I watched videos. I took notes, practiced over and over and over again. But people don't want to put the work in. They just want to, come in on the tail end of what you've done and then just learn from you, which is just, it's frustrating. Lovely T, I had a baby tea sipper today. Did you, Kendrika? Congratulations. That's what's up. No, that's awesome. I love my baby tea sippers. DM me a picture. I love people when they send me their baby's pictures. And one of my tea sippers, she's actually from Minnesota. And so she used to watch my videos the whole time she was pregnant. And so literally she's sending me a video of the baby. The baby's like, I don't know, like maybe 2 months old. And so my video starts and the baby like recognized my voice. Like he's like moving and getting excited. And so it's like, I don't know, it's just the funniest thing. Like these kids be recognizing my voice, so like every now and then she'll send me videos of her son. And he gets so gassed up when he sees my videos. It's like, I feel like me and him know each other even though we haven't ever met. So I love my baby tea sippers, honey. 2 people came. Ooh, Plush says 2 people came to my graduation for school. My fiance and my best friend both supporting me in school. Everyone else had their hand out. Yup. That's how it is, unfortunately. That's how it is. It's really sad. Arkin says you didn't pay for editing classes. That's real dedication. No. I didn't go to school for editing, nor did I go to school for videography. Everything was self-taught. Self-taught, and I took classes. And that was one of the dope things when the YouTube Space LA started a few years back. I would take every class they had to offer. I mean, because I knew those classes at a college cost thousands of dollars. When they were teaching, I don't care if it was green screening, Steadicam, Adobe Premiere. They used to teach real classes. They'd be anywhere from like a whole day to it might be like a 3-day class. And guess who was there every single time taking advantage? So when you see opportunities like that, you definitely take advantage of them, and you go and you learn. And so yeah, everything I've done, it's been self-taught. I'm a very patient person. When I want to learn something, I will figure it out and I will teach myself. Just like with business, I didn't go to school for business. You know what I'm saying? I had to sit down and really teach myself how to trademark, how to copyright, how to get all types of stuff done. So, that's why I find it insulting when people try to insinuate certain stuff. Like, I'm far from dumb. You know what I mean? So, no, everything is self-taught. If you're patient, you can always find stuff on the internet in a book, but you have to be willing to, like, read and do the research. Just like I had somebody ask me, like, oh, where did you find your manufacturer? Where did you find this? So all the research that I spent doing for months, and the reviews and calling and talking to so many different people, I'm supposed to just hand you over that information so you're too good to research on your own. So that's the part that frustrates me, when people feel like everything you've worked hard to really research and do, you're supposed to just hand it over. Just, okay, here you go, just all my info, there you go. Fuck the fact that I had sleepless nights and having to send constant emails and cold calling and just even like with my bottles, a lot of this stuff, you have to get from overseas. So when we're sleeping, they're up, and vice versa. So there's many nights I don't go to bed till 6 a.m. because I'm up talking to people in damn China and India, but that's just part of, being in business. You got to do what you got to do. I think I just missed the super chat. Let me go and look for it in here. Okay. Savannah M., thank you so much for the super chat. I see it. Magnetic Source sent the super chat as well. He says, but the same people line up for Popeye's chicken sandwich. Oh my God, the Popeye's debacle of 2019. That was a hot mess. For real, for real. I don't get that at all. The whole Popeye's thing. The chicken must have been good, honey. Okay, good. So Kendrika says, I just DM'd you a picture of him. Please go look. Let me pull out my phone. I want to see the baby. I swear, sometimes I feel like I want another kid. Oh, you was already in my DMs. Okay, sis. Let me see. Oh, so cute. He was just born. You're not lying. He was just born today. Oh my goodness. That's a big boy. He looks like he's like 7 pounds. Baby Christian. Oh my goodness. Oh. Makes me want to have another one. Congratulations. And you're here on my live stream. You just had a baby. Girl, you're a champ. You are a champ. Because after I had my youngest son, shit, I was knocked. I just wanted to do just lay down. I was so exhausted. So you are a champ. Let's see here. Lola sent a super chat. She says, people want us to remain codependent and cannot support our achievements. It's disheartening. We have no choice but to remain strong. Amen. It's the truth. Like I've said before, people will support you, but only to a certain extent. People are comfortable when you're at the same level as them. But once you start rising a little bit higher, it makes people uncomfortable because then they got to look in the mirror, so, which is just really unfortunate because it shouldn't be like that. Like, I don't know. I just, I could see like maybe, when you're younger because you're insecure, you're trying to figure stuff out. But I would say my adult life, I just don't have that type of spirit. Like, I'd be happy for folks like it's me. Like, when Jackie came out with her palette, like, I was happy for her. Like, that was my makeup palette. Like, oh my gosh, about time. You know, I just thought it was just so awesome. I didn't call her and say, hey, send me a free palette. Hey, you know, hook me up. I went right to the website and I bought it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to just show support because that's just how I am. I'm not going to be sitting here looking for like a hookup. And, you know, if you're going to support somebody, you're just going to support them. Period, point blank. You know, and it's with anybody. If I just find something interesting and I like it, I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just show support. And I try and do that with especially like a lot of black businesses. Like I said, to me, it makes more sense to like support monetarily. I don't like this whole shout out thing that people been talking about, that I've talked about in the Meg Thee Stallion video. I rather support people just straight monetarily. Like, support your stuff, come back, especially if you're good at what you do, I will come back. And then at that point, if I feel the need, then I have no problem shouting you out. You know, like I did to the restaurant in Atlanta, Big Daddy's. It was a really nice soul food restaurant. And to me, that comes off more genuine when you're shouting somebody out because you're really satisfied with the service than somebody saying, oh, can you please shout me out on your Instagram? That's not genuine. Like, I had to feel it for me to do it. And when I walked into their restaurant, and it's just like a small restaurant in downtown, I think you call it downtown Atlanta. It's not too far from like the underground. And literally when I walked in, the lady's daughter recognized me. She's like, oh my God, I'm a tea sipper. And, you know, so like her, the mama was working. They all turned around, the cook and the staff. I mean, they were just awesome people. So not only was the food good, they were all just really sweet, really genuine. The customer service was on point, you know, just so nice. Just like, and sometimes, you know, with like black restaurants and black establishments, they have that stereotype, like, you know, the customer service is bad, you'll be waiting, people don't care, they just look at you as a number. It was nothing like that. Nothing like that at that restaurant. That's why I went right to Instagram, and you know, I really take pictures of my food, but I posted the restaurant location because that was something genuine. That was a genuine connection. That's the stuff I like to shout out when it's just genuine, you know, and everybody there was just really, really cool. Let's see here. Oh my God, I've been out here for almost 2 hours, you guys. Keep going, sending love from Jamaica. Excuse me. For the sufferings of the present time are not to be compared with the glory that is to come. Amen. Amen. Okay, so that was downtown Atlanta. Okay. Their food is good. And their because you know, at first I was gonna go to OLG Candy's restaurant. But then I said, you know what? They're famous already. Let me go, you know, spend my money with, you know, just a small business. And I just went on Yelp because I was going on Yelp. And their ratings were pretty good. So I was like, okay, well, let me just go check them out. And I was not disappointed at all. So yeah, they were awesome. Very, very awesome. Give us more tea, more advice. Which I want advice on. What else? Ty So Fly says, I'm getting tired. No, I'm getting tired. Go to bed, T. I am. I'm getting tired, too. I'm going to be on here. Let me see. I'm going to stay on here another 5 minutes because it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I know the boys are asleep. They got to get up early tomorrow. It really is strangers sometimes who support the most. It is. I bet you anything, most of the people who buy Super Sense makeup, they're not from New Orleans. Because if they were, she wouldn't be dealing with all the drama that she's dealing with. Most of the folks who buy her makeup are people from other cities. And I remember Lil Boosie said it best, that sometimes people are hypnotized by hatred. And they be people in your own city that don't, you know, support you like people in other cities. Like, he did an interview with Vlad TV, and it was such a deep interview. Now, we know Lil Boosie can be ratchet and extra, especially on Instagram Live. But every now and then, Lil Boosie will drop some damn gems, okay? And that's probably one of my favorite Lil Boosie interviews. And, oh, yeah, let me go ahead and say this. Okay, what is up with, like some of you females mad at me over the whole Angela Yee situation? I got females like, oh, you're dick riding Gucci. You're a Gucci, I'm a Gucci groupie, and all types of, like, goofy shit. First of all, I don't have to, like, ride with Angela Yee just because she's a woman. Period, point blank. This is the same woman. I have no issues with her, but she's the same woman who has sat on the Breakfast Club for years and watched, you know, DJ Envy, no, not even DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, trash all types of women, be disrespectful to women while she sat idly by. So I didn't understand like why some of her fans were like mad at me, like, oh, you're giving Gucci way too much props. He's disrespectful. Okay. At the end of the day, the beef to me is stupid. And it should have been deaded in 2016. And why this beef is back, it just doesn't make any sense. But I don't owe her any type of loyalty just because she's a woman. Especially when she done sat on her platform and watched other women get clowned and disrespected. Miss me with the bullshit. So Bright Brit94, thank you for joining the membership. Appreciate it. All right, Stacy said, yup. Raya Hart said exactly. M is the black okay? Exactly. Electric One said yes, see. Annie says Angela Yee got the biggest attitude. I'm surprised she made it on radio. Amy says, speak on it. Yeah, it's the truth. Like, people was trying to come at me like, that's another woman, and how dare you, try and say that what Gucci said was okay. I didn't say it was okay, but what I'm saying is that you put your shit out there. I'm not about to tell no man how my cooch feels. That ain't Gucci's business or the next person's business. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if he was able to use it years later, that's on him. But she put it out there. But I don't owe her anything because she's a woman. Y'all kill me with that shit. You're not supposed to call out other women, but yet and still the same women have no problem calling out other women. Or sitting idly by when other women get disrespected. Make it make sense. In my Monique voice. No, for real, it's the truth. Alexis says she played herself. Clone said, yep, she did the same thing to K. Michelle. Yeah, I remember that when K. Michelle checked her and was like, you sit here with these guys laughing while they was talking about my box and all that other stuff, and you didn't say anything as a woman that was wrong. But now when she's in the hot seat, I'm supposed to, just go in on Gucci? No. I mean, like I said, to me the beef was stupid. But I'm still going to give him props because that interview was very refreshing. And the fact that out of that whole hour interview, the only thing people can talk about is him going off on DJ Envy and Angela Yee when he was dropping some real jewels. He was talking about, marriage and being faithful. Stuff that rappers don't never talk about. They're so busy trying to promote this, ride or die culture and, fucking a bunch of people and having a bunch of baby mamas and paternity suits. That's all these rappers push. So when you see a rapper talking about being faithful to one woman and, working his damnedest to make his marriage work because he didn't get married to fail, that's some real shit. That's some real stuff. So I have every right to promote the positive stuff that Gucci was saying, regardless of his past. So it's funny that y'all pick and choose who you allow to grow. Other people can grow and, make mistakes and grow, but then other people you want to keep, bringing up their past. It just doesn't make sense. Let me see here. Mo Vam says, thank you so much for the videos. I watch you all the time. You inspired me to want to talk about what I love on YouTube. And that's movies and films. Just 2 videos, but it's progress, LOL. You are more than welcome, and thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm glad I could inspire you. That's the main thing. When you're talking about something that you really like and that you enjoy and it comes from the heart, those are the easiest videos to make content about. When it's something that you genuinely know and something that you genuinely are passionate about. That's why certain topics, I won't touch them. So people are like, you should talk about this, talk about that. Nope, because my heart's not in it. And I'm not going to just make videos just to get clicks and views and just to make money off of them. Any video I put out there is something I want to put out there, something I want to talk about, is something I can give, mix some advice in there with and stuff like that. Some people were telling me yesterday, I think for the most part I got a lot of good reviews and a lot of good comments on my Super Scent video, but you had a few people saying, oh, you can't tell her to change her personality, that's what made her who she is, who cares if she's a businesswoman? Well, that's the advice that you would give her because you don't own a business. You've never done anything besides troll on YouTube. Anybody who's running a successful business is going to tell you that you don't want to mix your personal life with your business. You know what I'm saying? And if she wants to keep her business going and create generational wealth, she can't keep making her life a soap opera for the internet because it's starting to conflict with her business. When you're making your business discount codes bum, come on. That's conflicting with your business. So, I just think that at times people always want to like push away good advice. That's because the ones who push away good advice are the ones who have nothing going on anyways. So of course they're always down to push the negativity and to say, oh, just do whatever. It doesn't matter. But if you really want somebody to be consistent and to do better and to, continue to make it, you're going to want to encourage them to do the positive. Also, I never heard of her before this year. What to do when you feel stuck in a toxic relationship? I no longer feel like myself. I don't feel strong or worthy. Toxic relation, you feel like that because that toxicity is draining you. Toxic, like I said in the video I did, I think a day ago. Oh, in Super Sense video actually. A relationship, I don't care if it's a friendship, if it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, a relationship is either going to uplift you or bring you down. And when it's toxic and it's negative, it's going to bring you down. And the only way to save yourself, you have to get out that relationship. And so many times we hold on to negative, toxic relationships because of familiarity. I don't know if I said that word, but familiarity, I think that's the word, and comfort. I was in my marriage a lot longer than I needed to be because I'd known my husband since I was 16. It was a comfort. He'd been the only person that I had been in like a real serious relationship with. And we had been together at that point almost 10 years. Who wants to start over? This is somebody I've been knowing since I was 16 years old. I didn't want to start over. I didn't get married to get a divorce. But it was so toxic and bad, especially near the end, that it wasn't worth it. It's like, at some point in time, like, something bad is going to happen if I don't get myself out this relationship. And, I eventually had to. So that's the only way to get out of a toxic relationship because, again, you can't force anybody to change. You can't force anybody to love you. You can't force anybody to, to do what you want them to do. The only control that we have in life is ourselves. So you have to find the strength within yourself to leave. And that's the hardest part, is finding that strength. So I don't know if you're in a relationship, if you have children, what your family situation is. But for me, what really was the final straw is like, I had to get up out of here, is when it started getting physical and it started getting bad. And it's like, I don't want my sons to think that this is how you're supposed to treat a woman. This is stuff that my kids are able to see, and that's something that could affect them. So at that point, it was like, it just was not worth it any longer, so those are just some of the things that you have to like really weigh out. And it gets better. Like, you couldn't have told me 10 years ago I'd be where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at my lowest point. I was suicidal. I was popping pills. This is nothing that's a secret. Everybody knows that shit. I was going through a lot of shit back then. And so to go through all that heartache and turmoil to be where I'm at now is such a blessing. But it wouldn't have happened if I kept that negativity in my life. People like that are energy vampires. So anything good that you have going on in your life, maybe it's a promotion at work, a raise, they always find a way to like knock you and say you're not good enough, or it's not good enough, or what's the big deal. So people like that are like a cancer. You have to cut them out, But now I'm in a better space. I'm in like such a good space now that I can forgive him for the bullshit that he put me through. So like even now, our relationship is better now than it's been. Like, we've been divorced now almost 9 years. And so this past year has probably been like the best that our like divorce relationship has been. So like even yesterday we had stopped off at our son's game, and I didn't know he was coming up there. And I was in the car, I was on the phone talking to one of my YouTube friends. And so we're just, chatting away and stuff, and I'm watching the game I was in the car before the game started. And he comes running up and he comes banging on my car window. I'm like screaming like, ah! Because I didn't expect anybody to come, walking up banging on my car window. And I'm like, what the hell? And it was him. And he was like, hey, he was like, I was trying to see if he was in the car. I wasn't sure. And I was like, yeah. I was like, you scare me on purpose. And, and we were just able to laugh. And then my oldest son, he pulled up in his car and stuff. So, we were just out there just talking. So, like, we're, like, in a better space now, as, like, parents. But it took years. It wasn't no overnight shit. It took years, and, he's trying to he's doing better, I guess, in his life for the most part. So it took years, but I just hope and I pray that you're able to get out that situation, because you definitely sound like you're going through it. It's not easy, but it gets better. And never think that you have to be with somebody, you know what I'm saying, that you'll never find anybody else, that you'll never do anything better. That's the stuff that people tell you to keep you, you know, in that same position. SK Martin, thank you for joining the membership. Look, D Nice says, yes, get out. It could be a friendship, romantic relationship, work or family relationships. They are our relationships. Get out. And sometimes it becomes a codependency. Yeah, it's the truth. It really can. TM says, you really have to be strong for yourself, especially when you have children. It reminds me of what my mom had to go through. Amy Smith says, your skin and hair is giving me life. Thank you. You guys were kids when you got together. We basically had to grow up. Yeah. And Annie, that's what a lot of it was. And, you know, me and him, you know, we talk about that. Like, we were so young. You know, like, our oldest son is 18. We had a baby. Like, we had him at that age. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a whole baby. Like, my son don't have no kids. Thank goodness. I'm too fly to be a grandma. You know, but yeah, we had a whole kid at that age. You know, like, we grew up together. You know, we known each other since I was 16. So it was just like, it was hard, and you want to make it work, because, like, you know, high school, we didn't go to the same high school, but, you know, what they call high school sweethearts, and, you know, you stay because it's like we've been together this long and we're trying to, you know, create this family, but it just wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be, and I'm a lot happier now that we're not together. I'm in a great space. I'm blessed, you know, but yeah, it's hard. It's very hard, and that's one of the things that I explained to my son, like, it's not easy being a parent. So you want to be careful, and you want to be a parent when you're ready, you know. But I learned a lot. And it's almost like, even with my son, I feel like me and him grew up together. You know, we had to do a lot of, me and my oldest, we had to do like a lot of figuring stuff out. Because parenting doesn't come with a handbook. You know, and that's what me and my lash lady was talking about, because she had her daughter at 16. So, you know, her daughter now is like in the 8th grade. So it's like, it's a different time, you know, with the cell phones and social media, and her daughter wanting to be grown and, you know, wear makeup and all this stuff they see on social media. So it's like just having to, like, raise each other almost, you know. It's not easy, but it can be done. And I'm proud of myself, because it wasn't easy, because people told me that I wasn't going to be shit. My baby was going to be shit. I mean, that's what I heard for like the first 5 years of his life. And it's like, to see him now, graduated high school. He has no mug shots, no criminal record. He's in college. He works. You know, he's a good kid. Not perfect, but he's a good kid. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like I had a lot to do with that. It's like, yes, I'm your mom. I'm a young mom. You know what I'm saying? We can be cool, but I'm still your parent first and foremost. So that was like always the thing, to like just reiterate to them that I'm your parent. I'm not trying to be your best friend. You know, we're not homeboy, homegirl. I'm your mom. And, you know, sometimes for them, it's like, it's kind of hard for them, because it's like, you know, I'm young and I'm funny, and, you know, like, come on, who listens to like Little Yachty with their mom? You know what I mean? So that's some of the part. It's like, even this weekend, he was going to a Halloween party. I was like, I'm going to a Halloween party too, and I'm about to put on a cute little outfit. He's like, what you wearing? I was like, I'm about to be a sexy bunny, you know. So, you know, we just had that relationship. It's funny. I wouldn't change it for the world, though. I would not change it for the world. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Tolu. My parents were mad. I was kicked out the house. Yep. I wonder how your parents took it, being that you're Nigerian. Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot. Being a teen parent, being Nigerian, I got disowned for a while. Oh, I went through hell. I was kicked out. I was homeless. Matter of fact, I was homeless when I was pregnant with him, like the first few months. And then when my mother-in-law found out that I was homeless and, you know, basically couch hopping, because my mom and them put me out, then at that point she stepped in when I was 4 months pregnant. She was like, oh, hell no, you're not going to be pregnant with my grandchild. You know, house hopping and sleeping from couch to couch and in and out of shelters and all types of stuff. So it's crazy. That's why me and my mother-in-law are so close. Even though me and my ex-husband are divorced and we've been divorced forever, that's still my mother-in-law. She still calls me her daughter-in-law. Like, we are really close. Me and her are more close than her and him. You know, and it like, it makes him mad, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, she's been there for me from like day one. She's a excellent grandmother. Anytime I need her to come and watch the kids while I go out of town and travel, she's here. Like, she has my back, bar none. You know, so yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but like I said, it's been so many years. We're like in a better place now. Like me, my family, my ex. Like I'm just in such a better place. And I think sometimes people like, that's why I always tell people, be careful how you treat children, you know, because sometimes you're so quick to dismiss a child and say because of one mistake, you know, there'll never be anything, they'll never amount to anything. You never know who that child will be in the future. So you have to be really careful how you treat children, how you talk to them, you know, because I took all this shit that people said about me, and instead of internalizing and saying, you know what, I'm not going to be shit, my child ain't going to be shit, I'm just going to, you know, just sit around and not do anything with myself. I took all that negativity and I was like, you know what, I'm going to show y'all. Not only am I going to be about something, so is my child. Period, point blank. You know, so sometimes you have to take that negativity from people and turn it into something positive. And that's what I did. Have you forgiven your real mom for making you homeless? Yeah. I had no choice, you know. And now me and my mom are really close. I mean, we've been close now. I mean, for like a lot of years, like I told y'all, like a few years ago, like I didn't even talk to my dad for like 5 years straight. And then we reconnected like in 2016 was the first time I seen my dad in like 5 years. So, and now, you know, I talk to my dad often. I try and get out there and see him once a year and stuff. So, you know, it hasn't been an easy road. You know, it has not been an easy road for me at all, at all. But I'm in such a good space, in a really good space that I don't even, you know, it is what it is. But I just, you know, I look back on a lot of stuff, like people like being so judgmental. Um, and it's like everybody was doing the same thing. I just happened to get pregnant. But people will judge you for your mistakes. But bitch, y'all are fucking too. You know what I'm saying? So because you chose to get an abortion, that makes you better than me, you know? So it just makes me laugh when I look back at it. Like when I think about like some like my cousins and things like that, how they try to talk down. But it's like, but you're not a virgin either. So why are you judging me? You know? But that's life. You know, like I said, that's my baby. I don't regret him. He's made me the woman I am today, and I'm very, very proud of him. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I would not change being a young mom and going through the ups and downs and, you know, the stuff that we've been through, because it's made us stronger as a family. McCoy says, I really enjoy your live streams. I'm a single mother trying to start a business, and your videos have been awesome. That is so good. Thank you. Ann says, we don't get to pick our parents either, and we only get one set. Exactly. I've been on live for 2 hours. Yes, at this point, I need to get off. Because now I'm getting tired. It's like, it's 2:14 in the morning. Gracie Mack says, T, I applaud you for keeping your baby. Thank you. Imagine normalizing abortion. Yeah. You know, and that's the truth. That was the only option. And for me, that wasn't an option because I was always told I wouldn't be able to have kids growing up. So because I was told that growing up because of my chronic illness, being a teenager, you equate that you're not able to have kids with you can't get pregnant. So that's what I assumed, that I couldn't even get pregnant. And that wasn't the case. So, yeah. I don't regret it at all, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, I wasn't supposed to have no children. I never saw myself with children. So the fact that I have two is a blessing to me, you know? So, yeah. And then there's some of my family members, cousins, friends. They want babies really bad and they can't have them, or they can't get pregnant because they've had too many abortions and things like that. So, you know, things that you do to your body can come back to affect you, you know, when you are ready to conceive. So those are some of the things you have to think about. And, you know, it's like, as Black women, we get it hard on both ends. In one breath, they'll say, oh, you know, Black women out here having all these babies, having babies out of wedlock, having all these babies. And then when they don't want to be the out of wedlock single mother and they have abortions, then we go, oh, Black women are killing the Black race. All they do is abort babies. So it's like, damn, which one is it? Do you want us to keep these babies that just happen to be out of wedlock? Or do you want us to have abortions? So I don't know. I'm not saying one is right, you know, over the other. But it's like, we just can't win for lose, you know, which is unfortunate. Mariah says, I was 17. Mom asked if I was going to keep her, knowing I was going to craziest year of my life. Yeah. It's very hard. Barbie twin says I'm late, but it's okay. I'll watch from the start. What's the Barbie's twin mom? Michael says, how do you learn to forgive someone, especially someone who's a family member that was just horrible to you for years? It's not easy, and I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna front like it's easy. It's not. It took years. It took years, especially with my dad. It took years, for me to finally like let it go. But we eventually had to have like a really just open discussion, open dialogue. And the thing is, like, a lot of times, like in our culture, the parents feel like they're just always right. Well, I'm the parent. It is what it is. And it's like, if you can't have an honest dialogue with me, why I tell you how I feel and what I've been through and what you put me through, then we don't need to have this conversation. Like, I'm not playing the whole cultural, I'm your parent and I said so. I'm not doing that because I'm grown and I'm a parent. So we just really had to have like a really open, honest dialogue about, just the shit I went through and, how I was treated and, and then it's like, even now, just dealing with like just some of like the craziness where it's like, even when I was at like my hardest times, I've never called and asked them for like anything, any money. If I had to borrow something from friends or my coworker, I'd call them and ask them for help before I'd ask my family. Just because I never wanted nobody throwing that in my face, like, oh, she went and had a baby now, she's asking us for money. Like, I never asked them for anything. So it's always interesting now when the same people I never asked for any help and never asked for anything, now they need my help, So it's funny how things come back full circle. Okay, let's say that. But yeah, forgiveness is not easy, and I hate when people like that whole thing with that Botham Jean. That's what pissed me off. Oh, they forgave Amber. Like, forgiveness doesn't work that way. That's not even human nature. Oh, I forgive you on the stand in front of millions of people watching. Get the fuck out of here. That's not how forgiveness works. It doesn't work overnight. It takes practice. And sometimes, some days you wake up angry. Some days you wake up depressed thinking about the past. But then you have to, basically talk yourself through it and move on past it. Like, okay, I said I forgave that person. I can't go backwards. You can't go back once you said that you've forgiven that person. So it takes time and it takes practice. It takes energy. And it takes you being able to like literally concentrate and saying that that's what you want, that you really want to forgive that person. You want to let go of that baggage. You want to release that negativity, because at the end of the day, holding on to that baggage from the past, holding on to the wrongs that people did to you, all it does is affect you. They've moved on with their life. They're okay, but you're holding on to that animosity. You're holding on to that baggage, and then it's affecting new relationships that you're trying to create. Because now you have that mistrust, you have that, you feel some type of way about people that you really shouldn't feel some type of way about. So it takes practice, but eventually forgiving is more for yourself than even the other person. So it will come, but don't ever expect it to come overnight. And that's the part that I hate, when people are disingenuous and act like forgiveness is just something that just happens like this overnight. It doesn't. It takes years. It took me a long time to forgive my ex-husband. And I remember we had our conversation the summer before last. We talked on the phone for about 3 hours, and he just basically just broke down and just apologized for like everything he put me through. He put the kids through, and, and it's like, once he did that and I saw that he was coming from a very sincere place, I was able to let go of all the hurt, the anger, the animosity, the bitterness, you know what I'm saying? And I just had to be like, okay, fine. It's going to take me a while, but eventually I got over it. I was able to forgive. And now we're in a better place where we can even joke with each other. Like, before I couldn't even be in the same room with him. I'm like, all right, I'm out. And now we can be in the same room, and I think it's good for our kids too, to see that I've gotten over it and I'm good. Let's see, my biological father told me publicly on Facebook that he wished he had never met my mother. When I tell you I cried, and never that the first man who's supposed to love me would say that. That's sad. And that's sad he posted on Facebook. That sucks. Look, Lamb says African parents expect you to forgive them just because they're your parents. It's the truth. It's like this whole, I'm your parent and I said so. Hell no. we're going to talk about some things. And that's what we had to do. You know what I'm saying? Rach says, I hope my dad and I can eventually do this. That's so sweet. So a lot of people are going through stuff. Wow. A lot of older black parents are like that too. Some of them don't let their children express themselves. Yeah. And I think that's the sad part, is that so many times as parents, because, parenting is not easy. It doesn't come with a handbook. But so many times as parents, we have that attitude like, I'm the parent. So what I say goes, and that's it. And I even found myself, doing that recently with my son. And we had like this big conflict about like the car, and it was just a bunch of mess. But the good thing is I have, like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. And the good thing that I didn't have growing up that my kids have is that they have other outlets. So like they're really close to my brothers, who are their uncles. They're really close to both their grandmothers, my mom and my mother-in-law. So they can always call them and talk to them. And so a lot of times, when we've had conflicts, my mother-in-law is like the mediator between me and my son. And, she'll listen to him and see where he's coming from. And I can rant and rave to her. And then, she just comes with the logic. Like, put yourself in his position. Think about when you were that age. And, and she's the one who told me, like, even at times, yes, he's older now and he may not need you for like every little thing, but you're still his mom. He still wants that relationship. He still wants to feel like he matters, like he counts. And I'm like, you know what? That's true. I didn't think about that, because sometimes you think that once your child is 18, they're grown. It is what it is, and, once we went to that dinner that I talked about on my video a few weeks ago, like a lot of things have just been a lot better. And so you can't have that attitude that I'm the parent and that's it. And a discussion. You have to be able to let your kids express themselves and let them talk about what they're feeling and things like that. You just have to, because at the end of the day, they're not machines, they're not your puppies, they're human beings, and they have emotions and they see things differently than you see them. And miscommunication is so easy to grow when it could start off as something so small, but when you don't talk about it, it can just grow and fester, So yeah, I definitely agree with that. I can't believe we're just up here just talking. Been talking for 2 hours. That's how much I miss doing these lives. It's been a long time. Don't forget about those parents that want to live their lives through you. God, that kills me. Let me live my own life and make my own choices. I'm not you. Yeah. You have a lot of parents that do that too. Billie Jean says, my father just ran away and expects me to fix my brother's relationship with me. Hello, fix mine first and I'm willing to talk to you. He doesn't want to speak to you, then have the nerve to insult my brother. Yeah, a lot of parents, parenting doesn't come with a book. And that's the sad thing, is that, sometimes parents do certain things and it really affects those kids. And that's one of the things that my ex-husband has to deal with, because he just chose to leave and, ignore the boys and not be there for them because he was in a new relationship. And, those formative years, he wasn't there. So now he's trying to rebuild that. And it's a little bit easier with our oldest son, because, he's older, so he kind of remembers more. But with my youngest son, it's a lot harder, so it's like he's having to start over from scratch. And at this point, our youngest is 14. So he's like kind of over it at this point. It's like, I'm not 4 anymore, where you promise that you're going to come get me and come see me and then you just don't show up. So like I told him, he has a lot of rebuilding to do, and hopefully they'll get to that point where they can reconnect as father and son. But that's why, like I told my youngest son, I said, the way that you're feeling and the things that you've been through with your father not being there, just make sure you don't put your own kids through that. So that's the advice I always give them. Whatever you see your parents doing that you don't like, just make sure you don't do the same to your kids. And that's what I try and do too. Like the stuff I went through with my parents, I just make sure not to implement that or put my kids through the same, turmoil. Because I went through a lot. I went through a lot growing up. I went through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not easy, but you got to realize that everything that you do to your children, it really affects them, and when fathers leave the household and they're not consistent in their kids' lives, it creates a lot of animosity and a lot of hurt and a lot of, unanswered questions and stuff like that. So Hopefully you and your dad and your brother will be able to get back on the same page. Yep, toxic parents create toxic kids. It's the truth. And it's a generational, that's how you call it, generational curses. So you got to break that curse. I need us to have a live chat with T once a week. Yeah, this is awesome, you guys. This is really good. Stephanie says, I'm still trying to work on my relationship with my stepmom. She was never there, but is trying to be involved now that I have a good job and currently supporting myself through law school. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like that with some people. And as a stepmom, that's the thing I never understood about the stepmom relationship. Because, for a while my kids had a stepmom. She's now out the picture. But I'm such a petty Betty. She's probably watching and shit. Hey, how you doing? But yeah, she never like engaged with my children. I'm like, what kind of stepmom is this? Like, my oldest went down there one summer and he was there for like 3 weeks and she said like 3 words to him. I'm like, what in the damn stepmom is this? Like, you're supposed to interact with your stepchildren and treat them like your children. And she was like the weirdest stepmom, yo. Like, yeah. Hey, girl. I'm so petty. My ex is probably in here. He be creeping on my YouTube. He be watching my videos on the low. Like, yeah, your video popped. My video didn't pop up. Damn it. You're a subscriber. You part of the notification squad. Y'all laugh. I'm petty, yo. She was like, I said, I'm like, what kind of Cinderella stepmom is this? I said, she didn't talk to you the whole time you was there. She did not talk to my baby, honey. But it's all good. She ain't in the picture. So it is what it is. When as a stepmom, you should treat those kids like they're your own, Don't come around once baby done made it and she's in law school handling her business. Now it's, oh, that's my daughter. I'm so proud of you. Well, where was you when I was struggling and, trying to, read these books and trying to get through college? Like, were you there to have my back and support me like, like a mother figure should? Yeah, some people just like titles, honey. And some people just like titles. I'm a stepmom. I'm a stepdad. But are you really doing something for those children? Can those children come to you, like a replacement mother, like another mother? And the answer for some is no. And that's unfortunate. Y'all laughing? I told my dad's wife a long time ago that if you didn't want children around, you shouldn't have married a man with children. Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm half Leo, so we can be petty. Oh, so your birthday must be like right on the cutoff between Leo and Cancer. Stepmoms usually high-fiving the move-out plan. Oh, they are. There's a difference between dad and father. I explain that to my kids all the time. Getting my ass whooped affected me, but for some reason I haven't had to whoop my kids. But the fear of it, just talking, stern, showing love, made them good kids, and church helps. That's amazing. That's amazing, Richard. And yeah, I went through a lot of whoopings, man. Like, whoo. And that's one thing, I'm not going to say like they've never been whooped. They've had, whoopings and stuff here and there when they've just, I have 2 boys, so throwing stuff, breaking shit around the house. I'm so glad those days are over, But yeah, for the most part, it hadn't been too many, like I can even think maybe like 3 incidences in their whole lives, but not too many. But like we used to get whooped on at least like once a week. It was insane. Me and my brother were talking about that one day, and he's like, I don't think I've ever whooped my son the way like our dad used to like just beat us. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I've never even had to like just talk to him. How do you become a member? I don't know. Somebody tell how to become a member. I really don't. It's like something that you click on. Yeah, don't show kids shade, for real, for real. That ain't the move. I would be open. I would be an open stepfather, lovely T. Oh, plus, if you can have a strong bond with the kids, your partner, Lovely T. Oh, you trying to be a stepdaddy? How you doing? That is so funny. No, that's awesome. I think my oldest is too old for a stepdad, but the youngest one, you never know. But yeah, them beatings were no joke. So that's awesome that you can just talk to your kids and not have to hit them. And that's been something that I just, that's been a big factor for me. Is I don't think you have to like whoop on your kids and talk down to them and tell them that they're not shit and just, and for me, I think like the verbal the verbal abuse is worse than the physical, because physical pain eventually heals and stuff like that. It's that verbal shit that stays with you throughout your life, so just always remembering, you know certain things you just don't say, because once it rolls off your tongue, it's like, squeezing toothpaste out of a jar, or not a jar, a tube. Once you squeeze that toothpaste, you can't put it back in. So you always want to be cognizant, if I'm saying the word right. Cognizant. I don't know. I can't pronounce the word. I'm getting sleepy. You want to be, mindful. Okay, we'll use that word in place. You want to be mindful of the words that you say to your children, because the same way words can uplift them, negative words, telling them that they're stupid or dumb or lazy, those words can, manifest in them as well. And that's one thing I always like got on people about. One thing I cannot stand, this is like one of my biggest pet peeves, and I know most people do this. When kids are 2 years old, be like, oh, he's bad. He's in his terrible twos. Oh, he's his little badass. I hated that, because that's what 2-year-olds are supposed to do. They're at an age, they're curious, they want to get into everything. And I just don't call my baby bad. Don't call my terrible twos. None of them little negative names. No, he's curious. That's what they do. They're always into something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate like those words, like to say like, kids are bad, or his little badass. He's 3. Like he didn't kill anybody. He got oil all over the kitchen. You left the damn olive oil jar too close to the counter. He knocked it down. So what? That's what kids do. So it's like certain things you can implant stuff into kids' heads at a young age. I remember my homeboy told me this. And oh, thank you, Lola, for joining the membership. I appreciate it. One of my really good friends, and we're really close, we lived in North Carolina. And I remember he told me this, and don't nobody in the LGBT take this personal, because I know people are like, this is what he told me. He's gay. Now, all his brothers are like, I'm talking about hardcore, thug ass, like just, hardcore dudes. Then there's him. And so we were talking one day about, how he came into his sexuality. And I said, well, how did you know you were gay? Because he's nothing like his brothers. And he said this, and I'll never forget it. He said, honestly, I don't even know if I was initially gay at first. He said, but because I wasn't like my brothers, and my dad kept calling me a punk, because he was more sensitive. He was more like, he was the reader in the family. He was more into his books. He just wasn't into like running behind girls trying to fuck everything that moves and, gang banging. Like that just wasn't his personality. So because he wasn't rah like his brothers, his dad would just, from a young age, you a punk, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Calling him the F word and everything. And he said at that age, he didn't even understand what that was. Like, he didn't know what it was to be a punk, what it was to be an F word. But that's how his dad kept coming at him. So eventually, because the daddy kept saying it, he was like, well, shit, well, maybe I am. And I remember him telling me that. So it's not for y'all to sit there and say that, no, he was born gay or not born gay. That's his story. That's what he told me. So that's what we're not going to do, is turn my homeboy's story into an argument. But so that's what I'm saying. You can plant certain things into your kids, not saying that that's good or bad, but, you just have to watch how you talk to your children, because, for a long time, even with his sexuality, he always felt bad about it because of how his dad came at him. And eventually his dad did come around and accept him, and his brothers accepted him. But it took a long time. It took a really, really long time. So as parents, we have the power to manifest different things in our children, regardless of what his sexuality was going to be. that's still a lot of derogatory stuff that he had to go through simply because he liked to read, simply because he wasn't interested in gangbanging. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, you have to be careful and mindful of that. Yeah, kids are like sponges. It's the truth. I be saying my niece is bad, but she has a lot of energy and she doesn't really listen really well, but it isn't her fault. Exactly. Toxic opinions. When I became pregnant, I realized I pushed everything my mom did out my head and pretended it didn't happen. And it all hit me at once. I even went through a lot of depression and suicide. That's sad. He was definitely the black sheep. I can relate. People need to stop letting TV raise their children. Oh my God, that happened to my best friend's cousin. His family used to do that to him. And they Caribbean, Haitian, black parents be doing the most. Oh, and they Christian. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's what he went through, you know. So he says sometimes he thinks like if his dad wasn't saying that to him, you know, would he have turned towards a lifestyle? You know, who knows? But that was one of the things that he would question himself about. But yeah, you guys, it's getting late. It's now 2:24. Now watch the rest of the tea sippers like, oh my gosh, she went live and I didn't even know. She went live at midnight. What the hell? You know, so like I said, these kids had me up from the, you know, the trick-or-treating, people ringing the doorbell. So I had a bunch of energy. But that energy and the candy has worn off. So now I'm getting tired. It's time for me to get to bed. But I'm so glad you guys were able to join me tonight. This was awesome. A lot of really good discussion and a lot of good topics here. So I'm really glad we were able to talk about all this stuff. All right, you guys. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. So we'll do it again. So to everybody coming to the party Sunday, I will see you guys Sunday. I can't wait to meet you guys. So we're going to have a good time. So I will be in contact with you all soon. Oh my gosh, I'm playing this video again.
Hart endured painful back surgery to fuse his spine.
I don't know why it started playing. Okay, sorry about that. The video started playing again. That's how sleepy I am. I'm just like hitting damn buttons and stuff. What's up, Almighty Coven? I didn't know you was here. All right, you guys, I'm off to bed. I'm super tired. I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a good, it's the 1st of November. So have a good 1st of November. You know what I'm saying? Halloween's over now. So enjoy your day. The weekend's coming. So you guys have a good weekend as well. Okay. So I'll talk to y'all later. Good night. Bye.